Talking to us?
Yeah, I'm talking to you. Welcome to
Why
Friday
you
Night
talking to me?
D&D with DM Kalsto. We're back.
Oh, hi Twitch. I didn't.
Twitch and all other
I mean, I know I
broadcasting
told you.
platforms.
Yeah, that's right. There's more broadcasting platforms. Hello, world. I guess if you're not on Twitch, fuck you.
No, not fuck you. We
I
thank you very much. Nick can go fuck himself.
think I just got you. I think I just got him demonetized.
When we come back,
Joke's
we
on
come
you.
back
You
with
act like I'm
vengeance.
monetized to begin with.
That's a good point.
You can tell we haven't played in over a week. Well, happy Friday on a Tuesday with Friday guests. I mean, it kind of works that way.
This is not the right overlay.
It's Friday. That's why I have it on
not,
Friday.
It's not
There's
Friday
the
on a
right
Tuesday.
overlay.
It's Tuesday on a Friday.
Tuesday on Friday. There we go.
I had
It's
actually
Friday.
not even looked at the stream when I said that. I was just saying it because that's how I felt. So I'm glad Oak is at least with me on that.
We are on the same page, sir.
Man, you take a week off and everybody forgets how to do anything, huh?
Oh, don't worry. We're going to get right back into it real quick anyways. So we're not going to do an extensive recap because I just got back from vacation and everyone's
I got one written.
Oh, do you? I figured you were asleep. All right. Take it away.
I wrote it at like 8 and then I laid down for an hour.
Nice.
Well, diary, our plans have changed more than a moth swim in a room full of candles. We're taking the shard to the Blackwoods 1 minute, then we're going to the thaw the next. And then we're saving a dwarf from gnolls and trolls, and he convinces our boss to run all the way back to Varden. We're just passing through Lenore for a moment, and then hiking up a mountain to save a kidnapped kid. Amelia looks like she's getting fed up with all the spontaneity. Serena's desperately trying to restock on food in worn-down towns. Bram's new form keeps demanding pets. The old dwarf seems much more concerned for this gold than anything. The kid that's attached herself to Amelia is scary. I'm seeing even more vivid visages of Vash now. So, I'd say things are going well. I just need to do something normal and not look up at the sky. I think I still have that shark tooth somewhere.
All right. Take your inspiration or divvy as you will.
Wish that you could take it.
Nice.
And I got that. Okay. So, where we last left off, you guys had gone back to town. We have not actually left yet. It's about 6:30, and you were debating whether to head out towards the high mountain home of Misfit and Tallulah, or near to that area to see if you can track them in that direction. Or if you were going to rest here, or some combination between the two, resting on the way. So before we leave town, and while it is still evening, what do you guys wish to do?
Well, we can try flying up.
I believe we're still at the bar as well, if I am not mistaken. Unless we decide.
I'm not there.
My I think
we-
I fell asleep. Where am I? Am I with you guys in the bar as one of my shapes, or am I just outside as a bird?
Oh, no idea.
Up to you guys. You could either be at the cart, or you could be at the bar.
I'll watch the cart.
Okay, you're with me then.
Yeah, I'll watch the cart. I'm a bird, right? I can get a bird's eye view, pun intended.
We know. And we still like you anyway.
Okay, so while you guys are still split into your two groups, you guys watching the cart and the gold. Saphira also lays upon the top of the chest, kind of overseeing the gold protection. I think we also left Ari there right now as well, correct? I don't remember her being in the bar.
I think we left. No, she was in the bar. She disguised herself as her sister.
That is correct. Okay. So it is Ari, Amelia, Serena, Misfit, and Mr. Bonds at the bar, with the barkeep Froda, well, actually the owner of the establishment.
And if I recall correctly, we had gathered some information while at the bar, and we were going to go. Mr. Bonds was planning on staying here, flirting with the barmaid or bartender.
And protecting the gold, obviously. Yes, correct. You had discovered from Froda, she pulled out a storybook that had mentioned the place you had been looking for. And when you had looked it up, it basically had a depiction of Jefferson, which you kind of discovered that, well, not widely known, there is a closer location that kind of makes more sense. Where that is specifically, you don't know. You just saw it depicted in a book. But apparently it has something to do with Jefferson.
All right. I suppose with that, then I imagine we're making our way back to the horses.
Oh, take your time.
I'm sure we won't be too long.
Take good care of the gold for you. Fear not. Well, I got to walk back with you. I'll be back. Keep it cold for me. And he's just going to kind of walk back to the cart with you.
All right. Everyone ready?
Yep. So how are we getting the Blackwoods down to the meeting spot?
Do you guys ever agree with what you actually wanted to end up doing?
I think
I-
we agreed and then completely forgot what
I
we were
believe
actually
we
doing.
determined. I'm trying to remember everything we had planned last week.
I remember us ending with us already like going up the path, but without flying horses.
We were just getting to the point where we were going to start heading up. We didn't.
Yeah. So like we've already like met back up with Vel and picked her up, and we're gonna go up there more or less. That's what I remember.
We didn't specifically get to any actual point, so they're all good anyways. So yeah, so by this point, you guys are all there, kind of getting ready to head up into the mountains. You have the small dragon-like creature and the dwarf who will be guarding the gold, and then you guys can head on up. Is there anything you guys want to do before you?
Do we want to try flying or?
It's just, how patient do you think the twins are gonna be? Because my bet is not very.
Okay. Shall we go ahead and begin to play?
So go ahead and make a performance check.
31.
All right, roll deep and as you attempt to entice the spirits out, you're not sure what it is. Perhaps it's a case of gas. Who knows what random distraction is going on in there at the moment. But while the song is beautiful, your horses do not take flight.
It's like not right now. We're going to have to do this the old-fashioned way.
All right.
Kalsto, is this a mountainous terrain or is this still a forest?
It starts out being more forest, and then it becomes more mountainous, and then it starts to become much more mountainous. So basically, like if you're looking at the Karas map, the first portion that goes up kind of be like in here. Second portion. Oops.
Okay.
So the first line on the western side is about the elevation area that their summer home is, and then the upper one is the high mountain home. Okay, so where to, boss? I've not heard the boss actually. Boss, are you muted?
Oh, I'm here. Up the mountain, yeah.
All right. Up the mountain. Who's feeling lucky? Anyone?
I rolled an
Mine
80.
lucky.
So I don't know about me.
Like D100 lucky or
Like D100 lucky. I'm going to actually hand pick you guys for these rolls. That's how intriguing they actually would be.
Okay. All right. So once we get to the more mountainous parts, because I am a ranger, we do get the group benefits because my favorite terrain is mountains, and we can ignore difficult terrain. Hold on, I need to read this more, but that's the important one. Is difficult terrain shouldn't slow us down.
Take a look at it and we'll roll some rolls. Okay, so this first roll, who would be the best fitting one for this? So this one, I'm actually going to say, I will say, how about you, Misfit?
Mm-hmm.
These are opposing storyline roles as well, if you're curious. All right. The second one is definitely a Vel one. Go ahead and roll.
Okay. Wow, one less than what you made me roll before.
This one. Let me make Serena roll this one.
34.
Amelia roll this one.
oh.
Okay. 5. And the last, actually, this ended up working out well for each of you. The last one is very much a good Marius roll. Go for it, Marius.
Just D100.
D100.
There you go.
I'm so proud. So proud. Perfect. All right. So off and away we go. It probably takes you maybe like an hour to 2 hours to get out of the flatter forest area and up into the first, like what we call mid-sized mountains. So as you guys are on your way up, was there anything else they get, or was it just difficult terrain?
We can't become lost unless it's magic.
No issues there.
We are always alert to danger, even if we're doing something else, like foraging. That's traveling alone. Double food when foraging, and if we're tracking somebody, we get exact numbers.
Thanks. Are you tracking anyone? And also, what is the effective radius on your cross or your hand crossbow?
30 feet.
And it affects everyone within 30 feet too, correct? Your allies?
Let me double check that for you.
Not that it's going to matter at all. You know.
I actually don't have that written down in my character. Wait, no, that was.
Should be on your card.
Yeah. I checked the wrong spot.
Sure. So who is leading the pack on this one?
Yep, any of your companions within 30 feet as well.
Okay, perfect. You up front, I'm assuming, or are you up front, Misfit?
It's probably Misfit and I. Once it gets more mountainous, I'll probably be taking point more.
And everyone is riding a horse. Is Misfit, are you transformed? I'm not sure how everyone wanted to go. Because I believe we have enough horses if we share, but we also flew last time. Because it's Amelia and Ari.
We probably wouldn't take the horses if we're going up a mountain.
Depends. It's faster in some portions, but could be true.
But getting
I want
them.
to try making them fly again. That's probably the only reason we take them.
Yeah, that failed.
All right, do you want to leave them?
Yeah.
All right,
Mountains are
so
not exactly a horse terrain.
that will put us at a slower pace, just to keep in mind. So, as opposed to getting there in the 2 hour time period, it's probably going to take you. This is not super far. It's more of the terrain that caused some of the times. It's going to take you like 4 hours to get to the edge of the mountains.
We could take him. It just might. Like, you can try again at the base of the mountain.
Or you could leave them
I'm doing
somewhere if
another
you find
spot.
something. All right, so you want to ride them to the base?
We'll take them to the base, and then she'll see if the spirits are a bit more amenable there.
Sure. So we ride until about, let's call it just 9 o'clock on the nose as you get there. Kind of see it starting to go up. It gets a little bit cooler as you start making it in this direction as well. Go ahead and get ready to do that. You guys take like a short rest or anything?
I'm gonna
It also takes an hour before you start getting those benefits.
Okay. So a short rest could just do you good from those attempts. You play and play, and it's nice. You're not sure if it's the elevation, or maybe something's weird is going on with the instrument. Hard to say.
No, I think this is one of the more. It's about the journey, not the destination moments.
Ari, who now is in her smaller form again, just kind of looks at you. Deep. Did we ever come up with a plan? Kind of got
No.
confused in going off on my conspiracy theories, and now I'm not sure which side I'm on. I need to sit down.
I'm not even going to begin asking what conspiracy theories. Our plan is going to be to get there, survey the area, and then come up with a plan for attack. We need to rescue Bluebird. And that's our top priority.
She raises her hand while laying on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Where exactly are we going?
We've got a lead that they may have gone, and she'll kind of. So there's a home much farther up the mountain, in I believe it's in Hag territory, or close to it.
She looks at you.
Like looked over at Misfit to confirm.
Looks over at Misfit.
I nod.
And we believe they may be hiding it there. But that's our best lead at the moment. So that's why we're investigating.
She just looks excited to be here. All right. Do you want to do anything else? Do you want to take the hour to short rest and kind of attune so you get the benefits of travel? Since they all basically take an hour.
Without flight, would how much travel do we have? It took us what, an hour to get to the base, and it's going to take us 3 approximately to get
It
up.
took you 4.
Oh, 4 to get to the base.
So it is now it's supposed to be 8. Oh no, because you stayed on the horses, so 8:30 still. Or 9 o'clock, we called it.
We've done this trek before. How long did it take us?
Remember, did you do it on foot or did you fly?
We did it on foot.
From to mid level or to upper level?
I believe we went to the upper level, I want to say.
We went from the top to the bottom.
I know we did that as well. I think we did go up. I would have to remember. But it takes about, on foot, it takes probably another 4 hours to get to their lower home, which is kind of midway up. And then it can take you a day, 2 days to get to the top, depending how dangerous of a path you choose.
So then, yeah, we should probably take the short rest to give Vel a chance to get familiar with the terrain, because I imagine that will cut overall save time.
Yeah, and I
Yeah,
don't
very
need a
well
short
done.
rest. I don't need a short rest right now, so I can spend myself doing that so we get the ranger bonuses.
Being able to clear the difficult terrain without obstacle is definitely something that will cut down on your travel.
Yeah, so basically while they're resting for the hour, I'll like be scouting a path up more or less.
Sure. All right. So while you guys are all resting to an extent, if you wish, did anyone kind of want to do anything during this time? I know you guys recharge on some stuff. Did you want to check your potions or anything else?
Is anyone injured? No.
Oh yeah, do you want to cast Identify on those potions? Because Tallulah didn't know they were.
Sure, I'll do it.
You have enough to do it as a ritual, kind of just. It's kind of low key activity anyway, so it still kind of qualifies as a short rest. So you guys can. You only have one pearl though, so you can't do it at the same time, right?
Yeah, we wouldn't be able to simultaneously do it.
Okay. Yeah, so you can spend the time doing it, but we'll still let it kind of count as just a little relaxing period, more or less.
Do you not have a pearl?
Not-
Do you have your own pearl?
I purchased one, yes.
Oh, then we do
Oh.
have 2 pearls.
Okay, so you guys can cut it down. You each want to take 4?
Yep,
Yeah.
I will ritual cast 2 and just
Let's-
kind of cast.
Actually, there was a total of 10 potions, so we'd each take 5.
Yes, you're correct.
Which is
Mm. And with 2 of us, yeah, we definitely have time to just sit down and ritually cast these.
Sure. Which one of you wants to go first?
I mean,
We'll let
I'm going
Amelia go
first because I'm
first.
casting the spell with a spell slot.
Sure. Roll a d10.
This D100. I'm using a spell slot for 2 of them. 7 and a 3. So we'll
Okay.
get the first 2 right away.
So 3.
Number 3.
So you kind of hold this one up, Amelia. It's the third one in the container. You look at it, it's dark purple. As you go to pick it up and inspect it, as you kind of move the liquid around, it's like this really creepy, eerie hum. As you kind of move it back and forth, it has almost like a really thick syrup. Do you want to open it and investigate it or leave it sealed?
Identify.
Yep. Well, more so to see what it is. I'll tell you what it does too if you want to know first.
Yeah, I want to know first before I pop the cork.
Does it give you the name or just what it does?
It would give me what it does, I think.
I believe
Can
like
you
how do you use
identify?
it? Yeah, just pop it real quick. I know it tells you like how to activate it.
Oh, great!
Yeah,
What if
properly how to use them, whether
I hate
requires
these ones?
attunement, how many charges
there
it
we go.
has, if I need to learn what
Doesn't
it
give the
has.
name of the item. I will call it whatever I want.
Sure. So this one, it causes the user. Actually, let me read this very carefully. Excellent. So this potion causes the user to emit a loud, continuous howl that can be heard up to a mile away for 1 minute. All allies within 30 feet gain advantage on attack rolls and saving throws while the howling continues, but the user cannot speak or cast spells that require verbal components during this time period.
Okay.
How long did you say it was?
1 minute.
Helpful?
I'm assuming you're typing this out, Techno.
Amelia. Oh, I have cards for it. Don't worry.
Okay.
I have cards for all of them. What languages do you speak, Amelia?
Common, Dwarvish, and Elvish.
Oh, excellent. So as you're identifying this, you notice you guys hadn't noticed before, it was kind of further down on the bottle. These have like a small bit of like dwarvish marking on them. It is the name of what this is. It's called Burz's Hooten Howler Potion. Or brew.
Oh. Interesting. Holler.
The second one was, I believe, 7.
Yes.
Excellent. Look at it, pitch black. Can't see anything through it, and even as you like bring it towards a light source, it almost like kind of just absorbs the light going into it, and you see nothing pass through.
Okay, I'm assuming
The vial itself is cold. As you cast Identify on it, when consumed, the user becomes semi-transparent and gains the ability to move through solid objects as if they were difficult terrain for 5 minutes. During this time, they have advantage on stealth checks, but are vulnerable to radiant damage. You check the name, has the same marking in the same spot. This one's called Burz's Slippery Shadow Serum.
So, I know the name of the person, Misfit, who lived in Misfit's house before.
Yeah, they're like really nice bottles too. All right, so those are your Sarita. You want to roll in?
I got 6.
You got 6. Of course, you would get 6. So you pull this other one, and it is very beautiful. It's a glittering potion, sparkles in all the colors of the rainbow, and appears. It just looks so perfect. Like you feel like it'd almost be a waste to use it. It is warm. Do you open it and investigate, or you leave it closed? None of these have like dangerous effects when upon opening. You can check them out if you want.
Yeah, shoot, investigate.
You pop it. Smells like flowers. You kind of take your time and identify it. When you drink this, you gain resistance to all damage types for 1 minute, and you shed bright multicolored light in a 30-foot radius during that time period. Once this effect has been used, you are blinded for 1 minute. Do you read Dwarvish?
No, she does not.
You to one of your dwarf readers.
Does anyone recognize this script?
Oh, yeah, I can read Dwarvish.
Huh? Perfect. What does this one say?
As you go to read, Burz's Radiant Rainbow Remedy.
Oh, I love these names.
Do you guys want to just collectively go through all of them really quick?
Yeah.
All right. I will say, through the whole process, you end up identifying all of these, but there's 2 of them that have no labels of any kind, and they do not even appear to be magical. Well, in a sense, they have minor bits of magic, but they seem to have no effect.
Oh, I'm so tempted to have one of those and just test to see what it does.
One is red, one is blue.
Ooh.
What number would those 2 be?
We'll call them 9 and 10.
Can I take the... taking the blue one would be fun and thematical, but red is funny.
They might have just been experimental, work in progress. They might be missing something.
What do you do, Slumber?
I mean, I'm not... anyone else but Amelia would drink both.
Misfit when you need him. Oh, wait, there he is. Misfit, it's red and blue. Oh, you can't see the blue.
We don't
I can't
know
see
it's
No,
the
the
red.
red.
Or puppy.
He's red-green colorblind, I believe.
Mm.
Well, I guess we should probably hold on to these ones.
Agreed.
So,
Maybe
we'll just...
once we figure out what the others do, it may give some hints as to what these ones do.
we'll go through them quickly to save some time. So, potion number 1, as you read upon it, Burz's Boisterous Bubble Brew. This vibrant blue potion fizzles and bubbles energetically in its glass vial. When uncorked, it releases a playfully popping sound at the scent of fresh rain. Drinking it causes large transparent bubble to form around the user, lifting them gently off the ground. Upon drinking this potion, the user is surrounded by a large resilient bubble that floats 10 feet off the ground, providing protection from physical attacks and gives the ability to float over obstacles for 10 minutes. The bubble can be popped by any magical attack, causing the user to gently fall to the ground. Potion number 2.
So give this one to Misfit.
Burz's Dizzying Draught of Duplication. The swirling mirrored potion seems to contain 1,000 reflections within its depths. In the smooth, cool, and slightly metallic taste, or has metallic taste, upon consumption, the user feels a strange sensation as an illusionary duplicate of themselves appears nearby. The user creates an illusory duplicate of themselves that mimics their actions for 1 minute. The duplicate can move up to 30 feet away from the user and has an AC of 10. It cannot deal damage or cast spells, but it can distract enemies, giving the user advantage on attacks against those distracted by the duplicate. We did 3. We need 4. 5. Number 4. Burz's Jittery Jelly Juice. A wobbly translucent potion that jiggles even when still. It has a soft gelatinous texture and a mildly sweet taste reminiscent of fruit jelly. Drinking it makes the user feel loose and slippery, almost like they're made of jelly themselves. Upon consuming, the user becomes incredibly slippery and gelatinous, granting them advantage on dexterity, acrobatic checks, and gives them the ability to squeeze through tight spaces. The effect lasts for 30 minutes, but during this time, the user has disadvantage on strength checks and saving throws. Potion number 5, Burz's Puzzling Polymorph Potion. The potion itself changes colors every few seconds, cycling through the entire spectrum of the rainbow. It has a thick, syrupy... Oh, did we read that one?
No.
Oh, no. It's just similar.
The radiant rainbows.
Upon drinking, the user feels a strange tingling sensation before being transformed into a small animal. This potion temporarily transforms the user into a random small animal. DM's choice on a roll of a d6. The transformation lasts for 10 minutes or until the user takes damage. While in animal form, the user gains the abilities of the animal but cannot cast spells or use weapons. So you basically get to roll a d6 on that one. And if it's not a 6, you can pick your small creature. Otherwise, I get a pick. And then the last one is Burz's Zingy Zinger Elixir. A bright red liquid with streaks of yellow. The potion looks like liquid lightning. It crackles with energy, emits a faint hum. Consuming it feels like a jolt of electricity coursing through the body, infusing the user with incredible speed. This potion grants the user the ability to move at incredible speed, tripling their movement speed and allowing them 1 extra attack per round for 1 minute. After their effect ends, the user is extremely tired and has their movement speed halved for the next 10 minutes. And then just the last 2 that were not seemingly potions. Who wants them?
That's an interesting batch.
Hey,
Give me the
Val,
Howl one.
You do alchemy, right?
Me?
Yeah.
I like dabble.
Would you like the 2 nondescript maybe magical potions to see if you could figure out what they do later?
Yeah, sure. So that's 9 and 10.
It's just a jar of blue liquid and a jar of red liquid.
It's Gatorade.
Who knows? You can open it and taste it if you want.
Would you say open it and taste it? Will you let me describe how I do it?
Yes.
I'll just stick the tip of my finger in and lick it.
Okay. So as you pop the top, the room temperature jar immediately becomes cold and the liquid inside becomes kind of mostly frozen over. You put your finger inside. Cold and slushy.
Okay.
Pull it out.
Yep. Does it
raspberry.
work? All right, I'll pop it back on.
Pop it back on. Still cold.
Does it not look?
It looks like it still remains cold.
Okay.
Tastes good though. It's like the alchemist Slurpee.
Yeah.
Marius, I think you should probably take this Zangy Zingy elixir. In case of emergency.
I should take what? I
This
was.
We found a bunch of wacky ass potions.
This elixir will make you go notably faster. In case of emergency, when you're off by yourself, it could mean the difference between life and death.
I can agree with that. Thank you.
Right, you have the Zinger potion.
Thing of note: once it wears off, you'll be slower.
Yeah, so use it wisely.
So I'll be normal.
Pretty much. So yeah, when you drink it, it triples your speed and gives you an extra action. It's basically like super haste. Without the, you go faster but less AC for 1 minute, but then your speed is half for 10 minutes after it. So good for getting away very, very quickly.
Or
then you'll be slow. Yes, or in. All right, so he's got that one. Polymorph potion.
Your
Do I need to type that down, or do we have it in the party sheet?
It's already in your inventory.
Oh, okay, thank you.
You're a frontliner. This fit's already quite durable. This could come in handy for you in a pinch, and she'll hand her the brilliant or the radiant rainbow one.
Who are you giving that to?
Amelia.
One radiant rainbow for Amelia. All right, that's in your inventory.
I'm gonna
polymorph.
polymorph.
Small polymorph. None of you are really big.
Now, do we have Misfit Wild Shape, then feed him the potion so he has 2 pops?
Don't cross the streams, man.
That's messed up. I don't like that. I'm gonna go too deep.
Anyone have a need to be a small animal in a pinch?
I can hold on to it if no one is voluntary. Never know when becoming a cat or something might come handy.
Puzzling polymorph potion is in your inventory. All right, we have Hoot and Howler Brew, the Slippery Shadow Serum, the Boisterous Bubble Brew, the Dizzying Draught of Duplication, and the Jittery Jelly Juice.
Mr. grabbed the howling one.
Oh, you did? Okay. Grab that.
If I'm gonna hold on to the polymorph one, I may as well grab the Slippery Shadow Serum.
Be better with Bell?
Hmm?
The sneaky potion?
It lets you walk through walls. She teleports, like, constantly.
Yeah, I don't think I need that.
Okay.
I mean, as long as it'll hold a fit a dagger through. Or, no, I can Misty Step pretty easy too.
It's your call, if you want it.
Amelia, would you use it?
No.
Serena, would you use it?
I could think of situations where I might need to.
Done. Jittery Jelly Juice. That's the one that makes you gelatinous and gives you advantage on acrobatics checks. And gives you the ability to squeeze through stuff.
Fun.
Makes you weaker and gives you it's disadvantage on strength checks and saving throws during it, but it lasts for 30 minutes. So that definitely, if you need to get somewhere that's very difficult or get through things, that could come in very useful for a lot of you.
I just kind of want to know what it would like to feel like to be jelly.
Hey, if you take that juice, you might not break your arm.
Which would also be even, well, you already, that, you might not even be able to pick up your hammer at that rate, though.
We'll see.
You want it?
Yeah, I'll take it.
All right, Tutor Jelly Juice. All right, Duplication Potion and Boisterous Bubble Brew are the only two left. Oh, and the blue jar.
Well, Misfit definitely should take the bubble juice.
Bubble
No,
Juice
thank
for
you.
Misfit? Nope.
No, thank you.
Oh, Bubbles.
Hey, who was the one who identified that one?
Up to you. Actually, that was the first one. That was one of the ones you did.
Okay. Then no, this one. That would be mean, actually. Yeah, no, never mind.
You can hold on to it.
I guess, unless anyone else wants it.
I forgot what it did.
That one surrounds you in a bubble.
It's the Willy Wonka potion. Okay.
It lets you float 10 feet off the ground. It gives you protection from physical attacks. However, a magic ability can pop it. You do slow fall to the ground after, though. Protection bubble. You want to give it to Marius? You want to give it to Serena, our low HPers? Who gets hit with the least amount of spells?
Marius, 100%.
Marius gets hit by the least amount of everything. He's usually not in the combat.
Marius tries not to be in combat directly.
I feel if I'm in the bubble, I also can't do anything in my kit, so I kind of can't take that.
I suppose Serena potentially could, yeah.
It's really the only fitting thing. Yeah, no.
Because she could mind bless people well within there, I imagine.
Gotcha. And then the duplication one. So it's basically like the trickster cleric ability.
I can more or less already do this by myself, so someone else should hold on to this one.
I'll take it.
Ooh, that's really good. Actually, you could you teleport the duplicate when you teleport so they don't know which one you teleported to?
I think that's something we're going to find out in a moment.
All right. All potions have been given out. The blue one or the red one you figure basically, or they're just Slurpees. That's all they are.
Yeah. I'll pop off the blue one, see if it does the same thing, and I'll pass it to Misfit and just say, "Hey, drink this."
Red one's cherry. The blue one is blue raspberry.
Well, right now.
Yeah, right now.
I drink it.
It is freaking delicious. However, roll a d100 to see if you get a brain freeze.
I drank mine too.
You as well, then. Both of you get brain freezes. So you just watch them both chug these delicious drinks. It's so good. And then you both look each other in the eye and you feel the onset. And it is just painful and cold.
It was worth it.
Ow.
Guess they were elixirs of headaches.
Worth it.
All right. You guys complete your short rest. Is anyone even hurt? I don't think anyone's hurt.
Oh, nope.
All right, I'll hit the short rest button just because we did it. But
yeah, I got my spell slots back.
Neither Amelia nor I could Song of Rest.
So, you guys you don't wake up. You finish your break. You finish identifying your stuff. Vel, you've kind of gotten a decent lay of the land, figuring out where you need to head through next. Anything left or departing up the mountain? It is 9 o'clock. Well, it's 10 o'clock now because you took a short rest. PM.
Yep.
We should probably at the very least get to move on. We can move for a few more hours.
All right, let's get going then.
Right. How much longer do you guys want to go as you start heading up into the mountains? You could potentially get to Misfit's lower house and spend the evening there if you want, or you can go camp anywhere along the route.
Lower house sounds like a good goal.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys kind of go through that level. Boss, pick someone to just roll a D100 as we get the last leg of tonight's journey.
Amy.
Right. Without much issue, you guys continue. What did you want to do with the horses, by the way? Did we? I think we were going to leave them, or since they didn't fly.
Yeah.
Right.
Horses.
We can leave
do
him
not
at the lower house.
It takes a while to get them up there. Is the only downside, even to the lower house. But you could get them there if you wanted to. We'll just say you can leave them there. That's fine. So you have to loop around a little bit, but more or less same result. So you see the familiar home as you kind of approach. Windows dark, but still home. Right up?
Yeah.
Sure. Everything looks completely normal. What do you guys do? Not a lot of bedrooms here. There's probably one bedroom that would have been Tallulah's, and then Misfit probably would have slept in kind of the more main room off to the side.
I'll set up something outside.
I'm gonna check that attic for the picture that Lulu mentioned.
You make your way over. You find that. Can you find the red box?
Brown box.
Red. Yeah. Exactly. But yeah, it's the only box up there.
I'll bring it down.
Bring it down. Very dusty. As you kind of open it up and look through it. Just some old random belongings, but you do see a portrait of this man. This man looks really familiar. I believe only two of you actually saw this person. I want to say one of them was Dustin. Do you remember when we were assisting the man who's in charge of giving out and assigning missions, Guildhall, who was having bathroom issues?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Remember the man you bumped into in the hallway?
Yeah.
Like a bigger man, very hairy beard. Looks exactly like that guy.
Mm. I see.
Just like journals and maps of the surrounding area. Roll an investigation check. It's a lot of paper and a lot of words, a lot of things.
I will give it to somebody else.
The
Resident bookworm.
What do you want me to do?
roll an investigation check with advantage for library status. This is kind of what your special rank entitles you to anyway, so you do this all the time. All right, Marius kind of starts rifling through some of this stuff. A lot of it seems strange. There's a lot of like pictures that are of like wildlife, and then as you're kind of going through it, you actually find this like hand-drawn map of the mountain, and you note near the top of the mountain, however, not west to the dark forest for Misfit's house, but kind of southeast in a canyon, a location of Dragon's Rest. Seemingly, this individual had discovered it in his travels and journeys. There's also cookie crumbs in there as well.
Have you already been looking through here, Misfit?
Mm-mm.
Are you sure? There's cookie crumbs here.
I don't have any cookies right now.
You did find a tin of cookies when you found the potions originally.
Oh.
They were also very, very stale.
It's all coming together.
You can get if there's not yours, can you get a scent off them? Other than the cookie?
Off those cookie crumbs?
Means they had to be held at some point.
I imagine with all the dust on the chest, probably a long time ago.
I mean, we know who left this here. He was at the guild hall.
You don't say.
Yeah.
That certainly is convenient. Or inconvenient. They may have been arrested by now. Serena's gonna clean off the table and set up some veggies and stuff that she's managed to get, and is going to experiment a little bit. She's going to sing into existence a nice big slab of broth meat.
Sure. Can you make edible food?
I can make any mundane object,
There you
as
go.
long as the size and gold is within my range.
I will say,
Doesn't it disappear?
Well, that's what the experiment is for. She's not sure if we still get the nutrients from it or not.
if it disappears, then no. So you'd go ahead. You could probably do it. It would taste like it, but as you put it in your mouth and you start to taste it,
Dude, I could.
Because, I mean, it is real, it just does eventually disappear, so...
Oh, you could do so much evil with that.
it's kind of we'll call it magical cotton candy in a sense too. It feels like normal. So if you're having a steak, you can still feel it. You chew it, but as you go to chew it, it kind of just dissolves. You taste, but you get nothing.
That'll be something you make, or I guess we make the discovery in, I think, 4 hours.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
one of
because she'll
those-
prepare that along with some stuff on the side for everyone. I have no idea how long this will last, but it might be filling. At least in the moment it will be.
It's glowing and making
Look,
noise.
Glowing. And it only makes noise while you're touching it.
All right, so you guys go for this meal. Thankfully, a lot of you don't necessarily eat a whole bunch. It does not seem to sustain you. It tastes really good, but you do have some of the other stuff. So you kind of rely on more of your lackluster foods for the filling this component and break it up with some of the taste of the wonderful creation food.
I'm gonna sneak people some good berries under the table.
All right. So, anything you guys complete this evening? Do you go into your long rest? Are you doing watches? What do you guys want to do?
Serena's usual watch schedule.
Sure. Outside or inside?
Inside, watching from probably the same window she took watch from last time she was here.
Sure.
I'll take last watch outside.
Okay. Anyone else taking first watch or last watch?
First.
All the
Nice.
watches.
Watches.
I don't do
Yep.
watches.
I only do Rolex.
Exactly.
Bram's always awake anyway, so it works for Bram. So far we have Serena and Vel for watch 1, and then we have Misfit alone currently on watch 2.
I'm gonna fuck with Misfit the whole time that Misfit's on watch.
Love it.
I'm gonna use illusion magic to constantly be making Misfit think that shit's happening.
Love it.
So mean.
All right, so anyone sleeping outside, or is everyone who's not on watch sleeping inside?
Outside.
Inside.
Well, you're on first watch anyway, so you don't go to sleep yet.
That's true. But I
right,
will be
so-
outside.
All right, so as you guys go to take your rest, getting ready for this trek up into this unknown encounter tomorrow, I need the two of you. Are you both hanging outside for this?
I am.
Serena was going to watch inside, so you're outside. Everyone go on the porch, Serena. Leave poor Vel all alone.
I'm a big girl.
Okay.
It's a lot harder to be seen if you're inside and easier to see someone outside.
All right. Roll your perception checks.
This is still a mountain area, right?
Mhm.
I get to double my proficiency bonus.
Big.
It didn't matter.
What about you, Serena?
The Serena, I believe, is on second and third.
Oh, you're going to do second and third? Oh,
I
so
guess-
Vel-
I
she
guess I'm
usually
also
rests
there.
The first
so.
one, and then
Bram's always there. So yeah, it's Vel and Bram, and then by kind of mid-shift, Serena wakes up anyways, and so then it will be Serena and Bram, and then it'll be Serena, Misfit, and Bram. I like this. Okay. As you guys are kind of sitting there, Vel, are you sitting on the porch, or like what are you doing while you're out here?
Probably more like porch, front door. Probably just whittling a stick.
Okay, so as you're just kind of sitting there working to stay awake and focusing kind of on this while keeping an eye out.
I'm gonna be in cat
Bram.
form, by the way.
As you're kind of stalking about, you hear movement in the woods nearby. Like you hear like someone stepping on like branches and whatnot.
I turn invisible and I investigate.
Roll I'm trying to remember. Base level invisibility does not make you soundproof, or does?
I mean, I'm also a cat, and cats are essentially
No.
soundproof.
I'm just debating if you even have to roll any type of a stealth check, or if you're just quiet. I know Greater, I think, does. I'm just trying to remember.
His is just based just invisibility. It didn't say anything about stealth or about silence, but
Yeah, just roll a stealth check with advantage.
Yeah.
As you kind of walk over, you see it's like these three people that are kind of grouped together, like looking out towards Misfit's cabin.
Do I recognize any of them?
They all appear to be human. No, but they all are armed.
Hang on. In my what do I have for Dancing Lights Minor Illusion? Minor Illusion. Hang on. Is Minor Illusion the one where I can like make sounds and stuff?
yes, minor illusion can do sounds or visual objects.
Okay. I would like to minor illusion sounds around them to make it sound like they're what's the word I'm looking for? I want to
Like
give them like a
examples.
very creepy ambiance. I want to make them very uncomfortable and freak them out and
It is a cantrip, and you are a creepy ass little critter. So, doing it is easy enough. Roll, I will say, a deception check with advantage, just given the fact that they cannot see you. You're already super quiet, anyways. See if you can make these folks uneasy. You watch as like they kind of said, "What was that? Did you hear that? I told you this was a bad idea. Shut up.
Make
The money's good."
I make a branch snap right behind them.
Two of them kind of jump. Like one takes out a crossbow, and it's like it just like hits and flies off in the distance.
Do I hear that?
Roll a perception check.
There's one more thing that I want to do before Vel gets involved.
Nope.
Never mind.
So you just watch as like this bolt flies up in the air, like almost hits this elf, and then falls down. You kind of look up for a second while you're whittling. Back to whittling.
I want to create a series of whispers. I don't know if that is still within the realm of minor illusion. Okay.
Yeah, even if you become visible, these guys can't see you at all.
Okay. So I'm still using the I'm still using minor illusion to make these whispers. At first I make it sound just like unintelligible.
Mhm.
And then I kind of pick one out and it gets a little bit more understandable. And then finally, the last whisper that I have is just going to whisper directly in their ears. Run while you still can.
Like, just watch two of these guys look at each other and they start booking it off in the other direction. The one guy who was kind of yelling at them about the money, where the hell are you going? Oh, and he rolled a nat 20. But yeah, the other two just start running off in the distance.
Cool. I will do a I'll do a minor illusion to Vel, and I'm going to use my minor illusion to whisper to Vel.
You'll have to move closer, but you can definitely do that because it is still a 30-foot distance, I believe.
Okay, I'll
move
a
30 or is it 10?
30, I believe.
Is it 30? Okay.
It's either 30 or 60.
I'll move a little bit closer. Or could I do a dancing lights? I guess I haven't established any sort of like codes with anyone, have I?
I mean, other than the fact
Probably
you can
not.
talk to Marius, but he's also resting.
So I'll do a minor illusion to get Vel's attention.
Okay.
And I'll just kind of whisper. I'll just whisper to you. Someone is watching, and I'll kind of direct you in the direction of where this last person is.
Okay, let me see what I can do.
And then before Vel does whatever Vel wants to do, I just want to fuck with this guy one last time.
Sure.
I'm going to do another minor illusion, and I want to try and create a sort of shadow that will kind of envelop the guy, almost like a shadowy creature, and whisper into his ear.
I can only do either visual or...
I can't do both?
No. And you can only have one active at a time.
Can I cheat and do the shadow, then the shadow disappears, and then I turn it into a voice?
Sure. Yeah, roll a deception check.
Okay. So a shadow will kind of surround him, engulf him, and then vanish. And then he'll hear a whisper, another whisper. You had the chance to run, but now you will die.
As you say this, something seems slightly off. He's just kind of like standing there as you fly back. Like he's in the middle of kind of like just this wooded area, but he's not like hiding. He's just standing. Whisper, you make the shadow. Neither seem to have any effect.
Okay.
No. Are you approaching to go reinforce?
Yeah.
Roll a D100.
Okay.
You make your way over, you see the man standing. Hooded, cloaked.
Just staring at the cabin?
No, he's just like facing one direction. However, strange because you hadn't seen him before, but his cloak looks kind of funky. Like it looks like a large portion of it is missing.
I'll light him up with a dancing lights.
All right, so you just kind of throw a couple of lights hovering around him.
Yeah, I make sure that they dance around him and they're like spinning very, very quickly around him, trying to.
It still doesn't move.
Okay.
It remains still. However, you do see there is the other portion of his cloak is on the ground behind him.
The dead? What?
Go check.
Hang on. I'm sorry. You said a portion of his cloak is on the ground.
When you had saw him before, like he was wearing this cloak, like they have these long cloaks. When you came back, like 75% of it has fallen off to the ground, and it's like at an angle.
But there's nothing missing from his body, is there? Like he looks like he's still fully.
Yeah, he's still just standing there, though.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'm gonna light him up for Vel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd see anything different than you.
Yeah, well, I'm just lighting him up so that like you have clear visual of him now. versus like hiding in the shadows.
Yeah. So you see where the cloak had separated. It's on the ground. He still just remains unmoving.
I mean, yeah, I guess I'll just sneak up behind him or attempt to.
Makes no moves. You approach behind with ease.
I'm just going to give him a big shove, more or
As you
less.
go to shove, it's without issue. You push him from behind. The head falls off the backside, falls to the ground, and the body falls forward.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Ooh. I would like to do an investigation check to see what the heck happened, did that to him.
Yeah, sure. Roll that or a medicine check up to you, depending on what.
Would this
more
be an
interested in.
environmental kind of clue, or?
Hard to say. Roll either one, and I'll tell you kind of.
Well, no, the reason I'm asking is because since we're in favored terrain, if I make an int skill check or a wisdom skill check, I can double my proficiency if it's related to the terrain.
It's not related to the raid.
Okay.
To the raid. It would be more
And
just how he was dispatched.
Oh.
Never mind. I was going to ask if I could do anything to assist, but I don't think you need my assistance.
It looks like this man's head was cut off with a bladed weapon. A very sharp bladed weapon.
I am going to, cold sweat a little bit, because there's only one ghost that's been around in the woods that uses swords really well that I know of, and I'm heading back to the porch after checking this guy's pockets.
You just kind of look there. Roll as you do check the pockets. Nothing too fancy. He's got a crossbow, kind of a shittier short sword and some arrows. Has 10 gold pieces on him and 15 silver in a pouch. Right. So yeah, so you kind of empty this guy's stuff, and you just get this uneasy feeling that you're being watched. It's really just Bram, but you still get this uneasy feeling.
Yeah. Gosh, Bram, you definitely hear Vel whisper under her breath. Gosh, you are one scary mother.
I'll use minor illusion to whisper to Vel one more time. Just to be clear, that was not my handiwork.
Oh no, I know it wasn't you. You do beams. You don't do swords.
I also do pets, and I expect them after this.
All right, so as you guys make your way back to the safety of the cabin to complete your rest, do you do anything else differently, or you just go back to your spots?
I go back to my spot, but I'm not working on anything anymore. I'm darting more towards shadows that I think I see in the corner of my eyes.
Yep. So you go. There's a couple of chairs out front if you want to sit in them, or you can lay down.
Yes.
Where you want to go.
Yes, I will be the porch. I will be the porch dad with his shotgun.
So as Bram kind of goes back on patrol, you just can't shake this uneasy feeling, and it's starting to kind of build up on you. You go to sit down, and the chair falls over.
Why?
You look back, and there's a clean cut through the bottom back, or the back left leg of the chair.
I guess I'm standing.
There's another chair, but yours does break.
The board you stand on collapses beneath you as you notice a clean cut.
Oh, yeah, sure. I'll just.
You look down and you're bleeding.
Yeah, but I don't have much of that left. I need all that.
All right, so you finish your first watch without too much issue, other than that little bit of an encounter and the fact that there's still a body out in the woods. But I'm sure an animal will take care of that. It's about this time Serena does kind of wake up or come out of her rest trance.
I think Techno is AFK.
Oh, is he?
Sorry, I'm back.
Welcome back.
What am I missing or supposed to do?
Oh no, you're good. Techno's AFK too.
Okay.
I'm assuming you tell Serena.
Yeah. Hey, don't wander too far. I think, Vash is around.
Like, what? And it just shakes it off, and we'll go. Let's see what she gets. Techno, if you're back, you can stop me. Perception. Okay. You guys continue on your watch through mid shift.
And I am sleeping outside, if that makes a difference.
No, not specifically.
Yep.
You probably do wake up more frequently than you would probably want to. Every time you feel like something moves, it's not going to be the best. You'll get your long rest, but it's going to be a very restless night.
Yeah.
I will wander over every now and then, and I will lay on top of Vel for like 10 minutes before I go back to patrolling.
Sure. Let's see. Serena, you back yet? Mr. Roll D100 for Serena.
Yes, sir.
Serena comes back and her head falls off. And it will sit there with the bit of information Vel had given. Probably being alert, eyeballing Vel, seeing Vel not being very restful. And finishes without issue. It's at this point, young Master Misfit, you wake up. Serena also remains awake, just because she doesn't have to do much. And Bramov, of course, is awake too.
Operation Fuck with Misfit is about to begin.
I get up, I'm gonna rub my eyes, I'm gonna go climb on the roof.
Easy enough, you've done it thousands of times. Bram, you see Misfit climb on top of the roof.
I'm gonna just
we'll say Serena does give the same warning. Not like in full detail, just like mentioning that Vel had made some sort of off comment that Vash is about and that it should be dangerous, but you also saw the chair, so you get the general gist.
I probably will spend like 15 minutes in wolf form sniffing around.
Sure. I'm assuming that Vel did mention the body out in the woods, if I'm correct.
Oh yeah, probably.
We're on the second part of your watch, Serena. So you and Mr. are awake now. Vel basically told you that Vash is in the woods in a very odd way, and to be on high alert. But your second shift went off. All right, you go wolf form or human form, Misfit?
Wolf form. I'm gonna go sniff around.
Or humanoid. Sure. Perception check, or actually, if you're tracking, are you looking for other things, or are you just looking around that one specific spot for just what you can find?
I am looking for sense that we're not here when we arrived.
Sure. As you kind of go around, you smell this really bitter, foul smell that you're very familiar with. Kind of the same one that had been present when you had helped investigate previously.
Yum.
When they found that weird thing.
Around the body? Or where?
Just like traces of nearby. Like something that smelled like death, basically, had passed through. But you find the body, it's, see the same thing. The head is now missing, though. And there's a couple of nibbles on one of the arms. Smell like maybe random wolf or something had come by and picked up some of the scraps.
I see.
But you do find footprints. Humanoid in nature.
Mm-hmm. And they're they smell like the yucky death smell?
Yes, they do.
Now, you said it smelled like the monster we encountered in town?
It's no. It smells I believe it when didn't you help them when Vel and Marius first ran into that shade that looked like Vash?
What?
That has not happened yet.
That
Oh no, maybe I'm mistaking it with the thing that was outside that smelled.
the only time I've seen Vash's shade was it was like a glimmer in my eye.
Oh, not Vash. Sorry. You. I thought you guys did have like a.
Been too long. You're losing track.
I thought you got attacked.
We got attacked by like the summoner guy, one of his summons. We didn't get attacked by Vash yet.
Why am I thinking of Vash did something?
Because
I'm thinking of the shade of the hand lady. That's what I'm thinking of.
What hand lady?
Because she attacked you.
Oh yeah, her.
That's who attacked you.
Yeah.
I was like, didn't you get attacked? No, you're right. The smell is from other things. So the smell still smells like death.
Nice.
No change. Less sulfury though.
Yeah, I will not wander too far from the house. Jump back on the roof after a little while.
Sure, roll a D100. As you're out and wandering about. You walk about, you feel like someone's watching you. Must be in your imagination. Bram, what do you want to do with Misfit?
I'm just going to kind of throughout the night just make shadows appear.
Misfit, roll a wisdom check for bravery.
I'll start off.
Have I done something?
I'll start off with some creepy shadows, but then I'm gonna start getting real silly with it, and I'm gonna end up doing like shadow puppets.
And this, it's just like Serena said it would be.
This is serious. Some serious shadow business going on tonight.
So like the first hour is probably like some serious shadows, and then a little bit later on you start to notice that like there's like a shadow of like a dog just running around in a circle chasing its tail. And then there's another shadow of just a chicken just balking, like, going bok 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 and just walking around.
The wild chickens on this mountain, Misfit.
My house is haunted.
It's true. All right. It's a long night, but you finish your rest without issue. All right. You did find the dead body, so you guys come to for breakfast and discover that apparently there were some visitors in the night. What do you guys do?
Do they say anything, Bram?
Do I say anything or do you say anything?
Did they say anything?
Oh, you mean the people?
Yeah, because you didn't share that.
Oh, yeah. Not really. They're just or I guess I'll if I'm being honest with you, they're pathetic humans, and their whimpering was not worth the time it was not worth the air that my ears listened to. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I'm a cat, meow. Basically, they didn't say anything important except actually, no, was one thing. Money. There's something about money. They were going to be paid. But I don't have anything to do with money, so I don't really care. Pet me now, please, and I'll purr at Val.
Yes, the dead tend to fall more into your domain. Are you ever keen with this fallen mercenary?
He does have his needle.
Hasn't been used today.
Maybe a good start. Confirm who is working for. what their intentions were.
It just sounds like a bounty hunter. Honestly, he's walking around with 20k platinum on his head.
I'm not doubting that, but I want to confirm whether or not they're just a random group or if they were sent here.
Gather your questions before I enact this.
I
will note.
Ahead.
There you go. Also, Nick, roll a D100. You don't get advantage anymore, though. Sorry, buddy.
I was also going to say, I got a pretty good look at these guys, right? Because I have the dark vision.
They had hoods on, so they looked like they were here for some shenanigans.
Okay, but I didn't get a good look at them.
Not their face. Like, you can see like their eyes and their foreheads, but you weren't able to get like anything. They all had like mask hoods and cloaks on.
Okay, never mind.
The head have to be theirs.
Aw, man. If that other 6 had been just 3 more numbers.
Yeah, close enough. It's still like it's a passing grade. Just barely, though.
Marius, does the head have to be theirs?
Do I know this? The answer to that, Kalsto?
Like kids swapping toy parts on a action figure.
You could probably do yes or no with like hand movements.
I certainly would like to know more than yes or no's, but that would at the very least give us something.
Maybe it knows how to write.
It'd be like Thing from Adam's Family. Maybe no sign language.
Trevor made it pretty well.
Maybe we can take a pen and like draw the mouth around the index finger and the thumb so it can talk like that.
Up to you guys.
I can probably get it a head, but not its original. I have no idea where that thing is.
Wouldn't it need to know sign language to begin with?
Yes.
Yeah, Trevor actually was trained in sign language. Could potentially write, or you could find the head, or you could try to put on another head. Although now I'm going to really start to question where you're going to get another head from. Maybe I don't
worry about that.
I wouldn't have dropped wolf form from morning shift. Could I sniff around still for the head?
Sure. Roll a survival check with advantage since you're using your sniffer. You find the head, probably like 250 like yards away. The bottom jaw is completely missing, and there's like this little bit of the tongue flopping out the bottom and the top of the head. But the throat's intact until the point it was cut off at.
I'll pick it up and bring it back.
The creepiest looking stump.
Suffice.
Misfit brings back the most grotesque ball ever.
It's in your mouth too.
Delicious.
Yeah. Drops the decapitated, half-eaten head.
You might want to rinse your mouth, Misfit. Could catch something from that.
I'm gonna look at Serena.
Is this good enough?
Well, I would imagine so. Give me a moment. She's going to snap and like clean off his mouth. And then she is going to kind of. You said he's missing his lower jaw, right?
Yeah. So like his tongue's sticking out the bottom.
Okay. She's going to. Does his head need to be affixed to his body, or will it be fine not attached?
I would assume that as long as it can communicate with us, though a lower jaw would probably help.
I can cover that. I just need to know whether or not I need to fix
Do I know for sure if just the head will work? I would think it would.
Probably. In your experience, it tends to work out. A lot of the dead things you find have been able to speak that don't necessarily have the required organs.
that. She will go ahead and sing into existence a like a lower denture or lower jaw.
He'll let him borrow Larry's.
Say this should work. I say it's the spirit speaking. It doesn't need lungs for air.
Perfect. All right,
so
now
we activate the needle.
You have your
she'll
questions
go ahead
ready?
and try to fix the jaw. Well, the first question should be, who do you work for? Or who's trying...
So just let's make sure we have it before we expend the use of the needle for the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it only works for Marius when he's the person holding the needle. So he does the ritual time and then 5 questions off while holding the needle.
Now, if I do the ritual, can I hand the needle to someone else to ask the questions?
The needle, yes, you can hand the needle off to someone else to ask questions, but the needle only works once a day total.
Right, but I'm saying I can perform the ritual and then pass it.
Correct. Yes, you can.
The second question should probably be, what were your intentions here? And the third, where did you come from?
You have,
or where were you hired?
I don't. Isn't it 5 questions, not 3?
It's 5.
Yeah. So here, I can perform the ritual, and I'll pass the needle to you, and you can ask the questions. Now, do I know? Can it be passed from one? Like, if each of us had one question, can each person pass the needle on and ask?
Yes. As long as you're holding the needle. If you talk to it and you're not holding the needle, it will not respond to you. It only will respond to the person holding the needle.
Just making sure. Okay, so I will start the ritual.
All right, so you take your 10 minutes, you complete it, you kind of do the ritual as Douglas had showed you, and you watch the body kind of breathe to life without breath.
Then I finish it. As I finish it, I offer up the needle.
Eyes
So
up.
Take the needle.
It shifts and looks at you.
Who do you work for?
Bristleback.
Oh. They're hunters.
What were your intentions here?
Black bounty. Kill bear.
And where were you hired?
By
That didn't come through.
town. Grizzleback in town. Two more. That's one of his favorite sandwiches.
I mean, if you've got nothing, I have a question.
Go for it. I have ideas, but...
I'm gonna take the needle between my big paws. Sit back. Is Grizzleback doing well? Way too quiet.
He's angry.
I see. Kind of want to ask why he's angry.
No,
but if anyone else has...
Either that, or if Grizzleback is working for someone.
Oh, I mean...
Either of those, I think, would be good.
Horseback isn't really the kind of guy that would work under other people.
We're not sure how persuasive these black skulls can be.
Yeah.
Finding out why he's angry may give motive, though.
Oh, yeah. Any other takers? No? Okay. Why is he angry?
Has not been paid. Needs money. Hates. Looks it over at you. Ooh. And then the head just goes limp and falls back.
So, Grizzleback is working for someone that he hasn't been paid by, or done a job that he hasn't been paid for. Needs the bounty for, I assume, to cover costs. He probably noticed we were in town and sent a group up to follow us. But that's a problem we can worry about after we've recovered Bluebird. Though if it's not dealt with, he's almost certainly going to end up, if not directly in league with the Black Skulls, indirectly in league with them. Or rivals. Though I don't know how capable he would be in such regard.
Is it weird that I'm a little happy that he's thinking about me?
You do know he wants to skin you, right?
A guy who wants to skin a tiefling?
He's a very weird guy.
The people of Florin are precious to me, even the ones that don't like me very much.
Florin? Don't you mean Lenore?
Lenore. Oops.
Seer's getting to him, even though there's no sea.
Listen, I like Florin a lot too. It smells nice there.
Hey, Misfit. Can you use your stick to spy upon Bluebird?
Yeah. Do you want to do that now or when we're closer?
Well, if we do it now, we'll have an idea of where we're actually going, or if she's even there.
I mean, we have that map.
But, like, if she's somewhere completely different, then, you know, we don't need to keep going this way.
How different are the upper mountain house versus the Dragon's Rest spot? Like, are they in very different directions?
You would head up to the upper spot, but then it's a bit of ways from where it is, so you need to get in that direction anyways.
Yeah, so we're going.
You'd make your way up, and then you would go like kind of southeast past your house, and then down into a canyon.
My thought is if they just happen to be somewhere completely different, not even on the mountain. But we can come to that later if it turns out to be the case.
I think the whole thing is that they're waiting for us there. I don't think they'd just move.
There's one good thing here. It wasn't the twins that sent the mercenaries, so they might not know exactly where we are.
They're not mercenaries, they're hunters.
I suppose you're correct. Bounty hunters in this case.
Oh, no. Like normal hunters.
They were seeking a bounty.
Nah, they're hunters. They're after my pelt. And maybe a bounty as well, but mostly my pelt.
Right, what's our plan?
Pick up and continue on.
Sure. You eat your bit of breakfast, pack up, and head on up.
Yep.
All right, with Vel's assistance, you can. This will kind of be a very tiresome day in many regards, but thankfully, with Vel's help, it shouldn't be unmanageable. Go ahead, Vel or Misfit. You can each roll your own survival check, or one of you can roll with advantage.
Please roll with advantage, Misfit. Please.
Okay.
Easy enough. So you guys start making your way up. As you kind of are making your way up, like in the first quarter of your trip, and you both kind of pick up on it, there appears to be like a camp off nearby, off the side of where the path would be. The 4 tents.
Do we want to send Bram in to check it out? I can go in.
I'll turn into a birdie. Or wait,
it's morning at this point, so whatever you want to be.
Yeah, bird probably makes more sense. I'm gonna switch back to bird.
You fly on over.
Yeah, I'm gonna do some scouting.
Yeah. As you do a flyover from above, you don't see any people in this campsite. You see remnants of where people were. You see like some cooking equipment and things like that. Maybe people ate at, fire burnt out, and 4 tents.
And boss, it looks like they're gone. But come on in and we'll do a little investigating. You know what I mean? That's what I send to Marius.
So he sends you the all clear. Do you guys proceed forward?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would. Sure.
All right. You guys get over to the campsite. What do you do?
At number 3.
I will say, as you guys actually get closer, from a non-flyboy standpoint, you do smell blood as you approach.
Great.
As she gets closer, Serena's gonna use a detect or attune to the weave and use detect magic.
Sure. Since no magic.
I'm gonna break out one of my rations bar as we walk on it.
At number the tent that smells like blood.
As you open up, and some of these tents are kind of open. If you are looking into them, you can't really see much from above. Everyone in this camp has been killed. You find 5 bodies. Actually, you find 4, and then you end up finding 1 further down the hill.
All human?
All humans. Or humanoids. There might be like a half elf in there.
Does it look like a very sharp blade?
All killed with the exact same sharp blade wounds.
Do they
but
have their
completely butchered.
What?
Several missing limbs, heads. Some are stabbed.
You know what? Yeah. Yeah, this is torture, isn't it?
I don't think it's torture. These people were simply butchered.
No, I meant for the butcherer.
However, you do not find Grizzleback here.
A hunch. Anyway, let's see if they have any food, huh?
Yeah.
Not a bad plan. I certainly don't need it anymore.
Yeah, I would say they have like 20 rations between them.
Awesome.
Any valuables on them?
Oddly enough, you go to check, you find no coin on them. You find all the same shitty weapons the other one had. Seems someone has already picked them clean. And then you hear jingling behind you.
Oh,
Right, yeah, she's here.
approved.
She's all turned and looking. She's like, "What? Boards aren't cheap, people."
No, I'm just kicking myself for not being quicker.
And she just smiles.
I'm back.
Look back. That is excellent, Misfit. All right, so they all appear to look the exact same as that guy. They've all been killed. You kind of pick what you can. You do anything with bodies, or you just leave them there?
I mean, we got a kid to save. I don't think we could really afford to make graves right now.
Nah.
Do we need the extra assistance? They can come along and help.
But you can do that again?
Yes.
You have my axe, and my sword, and my bow. Your brother, and his friend.
Now, I may not be able to get as many, but that was, I think, was a special situation from the anguish and vengeance needed by all those spirits. Who knows?
Up to there's 5 available. How many can you do?
I think it's 3. I think you gave me 5 on the last one. Because
Oh, I know. I know why.
Okay, me.
So, quick question: how do the tents look?
The tents themselves, some are covered in blood. They were mostly intact. Like one maybe has like a broken like support pole.
Having an extra tent shouldn't be too bad.
An extra 10 set, and it would be a good thing.
Yeah, 3. Baseline normal, unless I cast a higher level, which I can't do yet.
Totally up to you.
Serena's gonna have a look around for bloody footprints leading away from the camp.
Sure, roll a survival check.
We're not anywhere where we should run into issues with people seeing us with undead.
Nope, we're up in the mountains.
Yeah, how
Animals
start
live
my
up.
ritual.
The people that live up here are Misfit and his aunt, and then everything else up here is basically either someone probably shouldn't be here, like a hunter, or the animals themselves. All right, as you go ahead, I just need someone to do something really quick. Okay. So your luck is good. 3 of them have heads and 2 of them do not. So do you take the ones with heads?
Yes.
All right. So you go ahead and you animate. You just watch these 3 kind of stand up, just look at you, awaiting your commands. Misfit, you do recognize these are all citizens of Lenore.
Mm.
They were all just hunters. Most likely all people from the Hunters Guild. You gather your extra men. At least they're not the married men.
I'm inclined to believe that this wasn't the twins. Brutality, no magic. Or at least no singed marks. I'm not seeing any bloody footprints leaving.
Marius, Ari's gonna kind of walk over to you and like tap on your arm.
I try to. Yes.
She leans down and whispers to you out of range for her. She's like, "Can one of them give me a piggyback ride?"
Of course. And I just look at one of them, and I'm like you, and I motion for it to come over.
Just kind of lifts up and puts her on her shoulder. She's like, "Woohoo! Amy, you should try this."
I look at the rest of the group and just kind of smile and shrug.
I will have to pass.
It's like a horse with less legs.
Sure, kid.
All right, so he'll just enjoy your piggyback while you guys do the serious work. All right, upward and onward we go?
Yep.
All right. We continue on. Guys make pretty good work of it with Misfit's experience, Bell's aptitude being in the forest. It takes you a good chunk of the day. So if you guys wake up, we'll say, we'll say like you probably departed like at 7 o'clock in the morning. We'll be generous. You probably make it to the High Mountain home by about 5:30 in the evening, but you do so unharmed. However, as you do approach up to the High Mountain home, because it's kind of built in and looks down out towards the dark forest and down towards the path you come from, you see off to the left, familiar, ominous, dark forest. And to the right, quite the opposite, a very safe and warm feeling residence that most of you have been at before.
Oh, it really is like a hard line, huh?
Uh-huh.
What do you travelers do?
I think now is a good time to scry.
Serena, do you start on any of your famous flavorless soup?
Stir on any of my flavorless soup?
Yeah. Do you boil any water?
I mean, are we stopping? Well, I suppose it is around dinner time, so she could.
Yeah, we make it there. So basically, you make it there like right at 5:30. Walk past the creepy forest, approach to the High Mountain home.
Yeah, she could whip something up quick while he's scrying and having a look. And
Before we get too far into cooking, though, front door remains to be dealt with. Again, check the area. Decisions.
No.
you said the front door still needs to be dealt with.
Yeah. You just opened it, or?
I mean, yeah, I did.
Oh, we were at the house. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you walk. Basically, once you come up the thing, you can see where his cabin is, and then you see the woods off in the distance. So it's easy to get.
Okay, well, like
I just didn't know if you wanted to walk straight in the door.
Well, is this where they're supposed to be, or are they supposed to be somewhere else?
This is just his home. They're further east.
I think she'd be cautious and probably, while Misfit is doing his thing, probably signal Val and two of them maneuver up to the house and have a peek.
Okay, I'll sneak up to the house, sure.
I will not sneak up to the house, but I am walking up to the house.
Anyone checking the house? You could roll your stealth checks to sneak up if you feel you want to, and then investigation checks at the front of the house. Also, Misfit, because you noticed this more than anyone else, you see a small plume of smoke coming up from deep within the dark forest.
Well, she's definitely home.
You guys go to check it out. The front door is unlocked.
Any windows we can peek through?
Yep. See, just the same stuff, because you've been here before. It all looks the same. Still dusty. No foods are really out. Everything would have been put away and winterized. So, like, there's stuff here, but it's all in, like, jars and containers and in, like, root cellar type things.
Does the door open in or out?
It does open inward.
Okay.
Yeah, it just opens without issue. No locks. I mean, there's like you can board it on the other side with like a beam, but there's nothing currently there.
She would inspect it for traps first, tripwires, that kind of thing.
No traps.
Okay. Quietly open the door and sneak in, clear the house.
Same as it always has. You guys can start cozying up or doing whatever you want.
After we've cleared the house, she'll wander back out. The house is clear.
Right?
Yeah, I'll scry on Bluebird.
All right, so you start scrying. What is everyone doing?
Probably helping Serena with food.
What are you guys making?
That's up to Serena.
Not a lot to make. Does the house have any ingredients here, or?
We probably have a very overgrown veggie garden at this point.
Yeah, I mean, there's vegetables or stuff in the root cellars, so they have like root vegetables and things, nuts. They have actually a decent amount of seasonings. There are a lot of herbs and plants that are dried here because of what Tallulah did. So yeah, I mean, there's enough to kind of help assist. There's no like fresh meat or anything or fresh like baked bread.
That's fine. We can go with like a hearty kind of potato-based stew.
Sure. Who's making the stew? There's plenty of kitchenware to do as well.
Probably Serena.
Sure.
Bell's assistance, by the sounds of it.
Night, Bram.
My assistance is bringing you things.
Okay. So you guys will go to cook. Misfit.
Yes.
What do you wish to scry upon while they get ready to cook all their yummy foods?
Bluebird.
Okay. As you focus in and go to scry on Bluebird, you get a hit. And you almost feel yourself float up out from the cabin. And then you shift and follow like the side of this mountain down this canyon, deep into the canyon. And you see a cave. You kind of continue on forward through the darkness and spider webs. Until you see sitting within the skeleton of a dead dragon in a cage, a blindfolded girl with dark blue hair, bound and shackled, her arms kind of secured to the top. Actually, no, her arms aren't secured to the top. Her hands are secured together. She is upside down. There's like a hook between her feet, and then they wrapped rope around, and she's just upside down.
Oh, that's mean.
Like if she puts her hands down, she can hold herself up. But yeah, she's upside down and just like woozy. She's kind of a pain. I don't know if you remember that from when you fought her.
Oh yeah, no, she is. Still, that's mean.
Can't make illusions if you can't think. Or move your hands. At least for her. However, roll a d100, Misfit.
Mm-hmm.
There's something pacing around in this area with her. Get it?
Man, any luck?
I can't hear you right now.
I'm giving what you see. Wandering around the cave with her.
No, I'm talking to Techno.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing. There we go. What the hell is this not coming up? I don't know why, but like sometimes the records in Fantasy Grounds will break. Like if you do anything with like a cohort or like a saved, anything that's not like a true NPC record. So like if you throw something in the combat tracker, if you put it in like a combat encounter, like you'll go to click in, like I'm trying to load an image from just like a stock thing, and it's an invalid record. But if I pull it up, lo and behold, there it is. At least it will work.
Can I just drop it in Discord?
No, I got it.
Okay.
Here you go.
Okay, that's really sick, actually.
Drop it for all of them. That is what he sees pacing around Bluebird's cage.
That one's going in the bestiary.
Ooh, a fancy manticore. Yikes, I'm scared.
You just watch it pace around. Kind of sits there with the blood flowing to her head. And then you return back. All right, who's doing the fire and who's getting the stew?
Who's doing the fire and who's getting...
You guys are making stew, right?
Yeah.
Who's doing that?
I imagine she's probably just using some magic to get the fire going.
Sure. As you ignite the fire to start cooking, I need everyone to roll a dexterity saving throw while I grab a beer. Be right back.
Uh-huh.
Yup. I knew why he was asking that. That makes perfect sense.
That does kind of make perfect sense.
Nah, I passed.
Oh, yes. Thankfully, you can thank the hags and the cats for that ring. So there you go. One for you too, Mr. Marius, as well.
What do you deck save?
Someone did not see a magical rune.
She walked in with detect magic on.
Not from where it was. It was under a pot.
He went through the whole house with detect magic on.
Doesn't go through metal. It's metal to metal. Not that much metal. What's your resistance on metal?
I think it's... Let me double check.
And your detect magic was
lead
off
is
at that
typically
point.
wood.
Yeah.
Is it a lead
most
pot?
barriers, but it is blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, and thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wooden dirt. So
You'd
it
be
has to
blocked
be
either
thicker
way.
than 1 inch.
Yeah.
But it's
Pots
exposed
are big.
out. It's metal to metal. It was a metal pot on a metal stove, which is why you can see it. But yeah, so it is 17 points of fire damage to anyone who failed, which would be just
I'm not inside quite yet. Is this just inside?
Just the inside. So if you're outside
Okay.
doing it, then fine. Vel, so Vel, you take half damage. Amelia, you take half damage.
How much? Is it?
9.
Yeah. Serena would take half damage, but it does light the building on fire. That seemed to be 17? More the point of it. Yeah, you would take 17 points. So it just kind of explodes and it lights the building on fire. It seems to be more that was the intent of this trap than necessarily blowing you all up. Miss it, you see the smoke coming from the cabin. What do you do?
I sit for a couple seconds, stand up, and then walk out of the house.
All right, it's getting bigger. Anyone stopping it?
Yeah.
What you got?
Well, how... So is it just this room that has combusted, or...
No, the whole room is combusted open, so it's like a grease fire. Someone very intentionally made it to do this. So you're going to need either a lot, like doing a cantrip, like if you're going to like extinguish flame, it will outpace your cantrip. But if you want to like hit it with water or do something crazy, it's going to take some beef.
I'm going to run up to the door and cast Tidal Wave in there.
All right, so everyone needs to... What is the saving throw?
As I see the water start flooding in, I'm going to like freaking dive out a window.
Dex 16.
Everyone make a dex save. This is excellent.
Oh, I rolled a check. I didn't roll a save.
As.
Oh yeah, you did.
Fail.
Why am I Hold on.
What
do you have on me? What'd you do to
restrained?
me?
Yep.
Get that off.
There you go. So I believe half damage for you. Half Serena. It's one more.
To dive out the window as
one
water
more text
flooding in.
You don't have enough time to get away from the tidal wave. You're just sitting there like it's this massive fire, and then it's just water like appears and blasts through. One more for you, Marius, and then we'll see what happens here. All right, roll your damage, Misfit. Ooh.
Terrible damage. Probably a good thing.
13 for Marius, 13 for Amelia, and then 6 for everybody else. Other than
7.
I was right.
What?
7's fine though.
I stare at a few sharp objects stuck in me.
It does put out the fire though.
Why are you guys burning my house down?
Someone
Serena.
It smells like burnt grease in here. Like someone like put animal fat in spots around this house. Like behind the stove.
I'm going to stumble outside and try to address my wounds. I don't have anything to do to heal myself. I'm just trying to put out smoldering clothing and pour some water on my wounds.
Marius got it the worst.
Oh, there's plenty of water in your wounds right now.
You're burnt and dripping wet, and this is honestly one of those experiences that one doesn't really come across very frequently in life. You got both extremes, one right after the other.
Serena has like a minor bruise.
All right. So it messes up your dinner plans a little bit. It might be a little bit hard to cook in here. It might be better to cook outside.
Yeah, she like grabs the pot, tries to salvage whatever she can.
I'm just gonna open up all the windows, leave the door propped open.
The window is probably likely
hope
broke.
for the best.
Hey, Nobel, were there any other runes?
No, it was just one rune on
Okay.
the cooking pot.
All right. I'm gonna try and dry out my soaked rations.
Sure.
Please.
Probably extend this dinner a little bit. And if we go to take a short rest, she'll do a song of rest along with it.
Totally up to you. By the time you kind of put out the fire and everything and get actual dinner going without the interruption, it will probably be like 7 o'clock as you guys are eating.
So we're doing a short rest.
Totally up to you.
Yeah, as part of that. So if you want to, we probably should. Marius is pretty roughed up.
Does anyone want to use spell slots before the short rest?
Oh, I am. I'm gonna cure wounds myself. 11. And I guess one more time on myself.
I will be raiding the root cellar. I have a stash of dried fish down here. And I retrieve a bunch of yams. I'm gonna roast my yams and eat my fish.
Are they wet fish?
They are now.
They are now.
Freshly hydrated.
Erects another psionic barrier.
Okay. You managed to kind of salvage this together. Get some food. Could always be worse. It still provides shelter. It's stable enough. Walls are a little bit singed and a couple of things got destroyed, but other than that, still decently safe house. You guys eat your dinner. What else do you want to do this evening?
Did you get a beat on Bluebird?
Yeah, she's at Dragon's Rest.
Perfect.
Okay.
And there was this cool beast there too.
A cool beast?
Yeah. I'm gonna show you the picture I drew in my bestiary.
She looks at it, tries to interpret it, and is she familiar with it at all?
No, roll a history check. Nope.
I watched that die like rolled onto the 1, skip, almost
And went
turned
back.
onto the 19, then back.
Now you may ask, does it really have that many teeth? Yes.
I'm assuming no one else would have any idea what that thing is.
Up to you. You could look at it if you want. Marius might know.
Amelia will look at it.
Sure. Well, history check.
Bard
Something
knowledge.
like that.
No, I don't think so.
Not specifically.
That sounds like a manticore.
Maybe some sort of manticore variant. It kind of looks like it. Wrong colors.
That's all blue.
I'm gonna roll for a percentage of accuracy of manicore colors. The higher the percentage, the more accurate. Completely wrong. It's all wrong.
Is that a hippogriff? Why does it have tentacles? All right. So you guys got your evening. Do you have a game plan? What do you guys? What's going to go on? You do need to come up with your final answer on what your thing is. Otherwise, this could be quite dangerous for all of you.
I suppose Serena will kind of.
How wide were the bars? Could you stick an arm in there?
If you could sneak her the goopy potion, she might be able to slip out.
I could also just slip in and get her out as well.
How do you get her out, though?
I have 2 of these, and I'll hold up Vasher daggers. I just slip one onto her and then get myself out and then get her to me, right?
Uh-huh.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I've pulled stuff to people to me before.
If that's the plan, I might be able to conceal you and weave a distraction for the god as well.
Let me just double check I can do that. Hold on. I'm gonna walk like 20 feet away from Misfit and then try to pull Misfit to me.
Sure, roll a D100. You try to focus and it vibrates, but it does not move him in. It is a very difficult thing to move other people.
I feel all tingly.
No,
Amelia, you can teleport with other people.
Sorry, is that me?
Yes.
Yes, I can.
If you could get into the cage, you could teleport you and Bluebird out.
I mean, I don't need to get into the cage.
You don't.
How are you going to
if
get
I could
out?
hold her hand and teleport?
Well, sure. If you can either reach in or teleport in or get in. I said I can conceal you.
Uh-huh.
I think our strategy is most of us are going to go negotiate, and then a couple people will try to extract. And then once she's out, we beat them up.
Misfit?
Yes.
I think the negotiation is you being 6 feet under.
Yeah, they want us dead.
But no, they want the rock.
That too.
Well, then that makes things easier because we don't even have to negotiate. We just jump them.
So we will have to deal with whatever that beastie is. In addition to the twins. Plus whatever the forces they have. Sneaking her out, I think, would be the easy part. Depending on what they have here. That will be the hard part.
And you may be able to make me invisible, but I'm pretty sure that thing can maybe smell me.
Once you're close enough, I can ensure that it can't.
So you're gonna be there with us?
I have to be.
Maybe Bram could fly in and try to banish it.
That was a good idea, yeah.
At least distract it.
It sounds like I'm not on team extraction anymore. It sounds like I'm on team negotiation now.
Team negotiation is technically also team distraction.
I was just going to say that. While this is going on, if you guys are deciding what you're going to do, you hear a knock at the door.
I think we're all outside.
Yeah,
Right.
I was imagining we're outside. We're not in the smoky house that's cooling off.
I do not change my statement.
Oh.
Okay, I look to the porch.
I go up to the porch when I open the door.
So it's knock, knock. And then as the third knock happens, you watch the door open the opposite way and fall off.
Hmm.
Does that happen often being near these scary woods?
Yeah, I'm gonna real quick deliver a peace offering. Does anyone want to come with?
Sure.
Where are we going?
I'm gonna oh, you're gonna love this. I'm gonna wrap up some of these hot yams in some paper, and I'm gonna take them up to the edge of the woods, the scary woods, up that hill, and we're gonna leave them there.
Why?
For my neighbor.
You have a neighbor?
Yeah.
Your neighbor lives on the hill?
Yeah.
What?
She gets grumpy when we're not hospitable.
I'm gonna go.
And I haven't been around much, so I figured I should check in.
I'm gonna see why the door fell off. Did it just fall? Or was there anything around the door?
The hinges like bent and pulled it off.
All right, I'll go with you, Misfit.
We have zombies too, right? And
Yep.
wait, did we take some severed heads?
We have 3 zombie hunters. Well, we have hunters that are zombies. Let's clarify.
I feel
We
like
don't
she
hunt
was
zombies.
I feel like she was like a, oh man, I wish I would have picked up one of those heads. She would have liked a head.
What is your neighbor?
Hag is the one
Hag?
he's concerned
Hag.
about.
Not going.
Oh, but you would really like that hill. You get to slide down on these big leaves.
Get in trouble.
That's the word.
That hasn't stopped me before.
No,
But I respect that.
They'll tell on me.
I respect that.
Hag lives out here. Or a hag living out here.
What'd you say?
So I don't remember a hag living out here. Which hag lives out here?
Some sort of mud hag.
Never heard of a mud hag before.
Earth hag.
You ever get her name?
You know what? I don't know.
I know she had a particular interest in Dustin.
Wait, you're her neighbor and you never even asked her what her name is? No wonder she's mad at you.
I guess I haven't been a very good neighbor, but she did try to steal my best friend for a while.
Still your best friend?
Yeah. Because he's like a mud man and she's the mud hag, so.
These are very complex lives.
Doesn't that mean you stole her mud man?
Well, technically, he liberated himself from the mud, which I am very proud of.
I don't think. Kalsto, did we ever get the hag's name?
You did not. I know what it is, but you've very specifically not ever received it yet.
But anyways, I'm gonna go deliver these delicious hot yams. I'll be right back. Does anyone want to come with? Not that I'm scared.
Yeah, I'm coming with you so you don't get into trouble.
Okay.
I'll fix your door, I guess.
Thank you. That's very kind of you. Can you leave it open?
Yeah, sure.
Easy enough to fix. All right, so the two of you head off towards the edge of the forest.
Yeah, I'll go wolf form and run up the hill.
All right.
With Amy in tow.
I can't
to
make
the
sure you're
forest?
not in trouble if you run ahead of me.
You want to ride?
Sure.
It's like the whole reason I shifted.
Pick her up by the scruff.
Carrying these yams. My mouth was full.
Oh.
No, the yams melded into your body.
No, I have them packed up in a little package.
Oh, like a shopping bag? I see.
Yes. I thought this through.
Okay, so you get to the forest. What do you do?
I'm going to, without crossing over, try to get the yams on the other side.
Hop them over there without issue.
Anything else that I have that I could offer? Would that seem like too much? That'd be too much, right?
Aren't you gonna say hi to your neighbor?
Oh God, no. I'm not going in there.
Well, no, not go inside.
I don't want to alert Jefferson because he'll come bite me.
You keep saying Jefferson. Is it someone I don't want to know about?
Yeah.
You show him a picture of Jefferson from your book.
When we get back down the hill, I will.
Best not to scare her now.
Man, I hope you enjoy your yams. I guess we should go, Misfit.
Sorry for not visiting more often.
As you speak out, a large gust of wind blows from behind you towards the forest. You watch one of the yams fall out of the bag and kind of roll down the hill into the forest.
I guess that I'll take that.
Yeah, I think she got the message.
Yeah, I think she appreciates the yams.
But anyway, this is the fun part. You're gonna love this. I'm gonna show her how to slide down the hill.
You have your little sliding shell.
They just shells from trees around here.
Oh yeah, they're big. They're big tree shells. That's right. So you have to go find one. You go to where those are.
Yeah, that's worth it. That's worth going to find.
Roll a nature check.
I guess I will assist you in finding them.
Splendid.
Give you advantage.
So Mr. runs over to the trees, like, they're right over here. And as you go over, but they look weird. They're like very brittle and spotted.
Hmm.
And you notice like the tree's diseased.
It's a
very brittle seed shell.
Misfit.
That's really sad.
It's a shame that the tree's not feeling well.
I thought I was sad about those dead hunters, but this is sad.
Misfit, as you look around, because it's more apparent on that tree, all of these trees have the same diseased textures.
What is happening up here?
I'll know there's someone you could ask.
Hey, Misfit. What level spell is Speak with Plants?
Second or third. I think third. Not that I prepped it today.
Fair enough. Misfit, do you want to go down the hill in one of these?
No, I don't think this is super safe to ride.
Some of them are like very hard. Like super acorn shell.
Yeah, I wouldn't count on that.
So is it going to fall apart, or will it might fall apart?
I think it's going to fall apart and it's going to hurt.
Challenge accepted.
Your funeral.
Sure. Roll a d100 as you attempt to take this acorn shell.
Oh. I found the only good
roll.
one.
You watch. There's not much left of the shell by the time Amy makes it to the bottom of the hill, but Amy seems to make it to the bottom of the hill without issue.
I had to stand up at some point.
Yeah, little pieces kept flying off of it as you went down.
I'm just gonna roll down.
As you roll down,
you're gonna leave all the diseased trees?
What would I do about it? Exactly.
You do notice, though, where Amy slid down on the hill in the grass, there's now this trail of like diseased grass. Like it's wilting over and kind of like has discoloration to it. Almost like if you put something heavy on grass in the hot sun for a while and then all the grass underneath it just kind of died.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? While I'm up here, I'm gonna go for a commune with nature.
Sure.
This is not exactly in the spell description, but I just want to ask the forest, like, what's wrong? When did you get sick? How can I help?
As you get to speak, no, you hear nothing.
Oh, that's bad.
There's not a single living plant that responds back to you.
What about the dead ones?
We need a needle for that. We're going to needle speak with plants.
You okay,
Get no response from nature here.
That's really, really bad. Is stuff alive in the dark forest, or is it dead in there too?
Everything that looked diseased was in the dark forest.
Oh, okay.
That's where you get the big shells from.
I'm just gonna call out again. Is everything okay?
Fonts.
Misfit, is everything okay?
He's next to you. He rolled down the hill on his body.
Oh, okay. I thought he was still up there.
I would have. I'm rolled down by now.
You look worried, Misfit.
Something's not quite right up there. Not really sure what's going on.
I was planning on bringing this shell back. She'll kick what's left of it, but then she looks up where she slid down. I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you got to experience it. You know, you might be the last hill rider.
Oh, don't think it. The plants will get better.
I hope so.
Well,
All right, let's go eat.
Yep, let's go eat.
You guys return back to the cabin without issue.
Wait, before we go, can you make sure I don't have any shell piece on me just to be safe?
Oh yeah. I will help shake Amy down. of grass and debris.
You don't want to walk like halfway and have like a small shell spread the corruption.
Amy, roll a D100.
Oh, no.
Looks fine.
Now I'm sweating. All right, let's get back to everybody else.
Look where as you go away, you look at the top of the hill as the yams remain. Head back to the cabin.
Was she a good neighbor or a bad neighbor?
Kind of a mixed bag neighbor.
And I don't mean bad neighbor like, they let their hedges grow too big. More like the bad neighbor of, I plan to stab you tomorrow.
I mean, she's been a really nice neighbor growing up. I didn't really see her around a whole lot. She was quiet, kept to her zone. But ever since I met Dustin, she's been a little more involved.
Did you want to go check on her?
Kind of, yeah, but we gotta save Bluebird, so maybe after?
I don't think we'll have time after.
Yeah.
I'll pat Misfit on the back as we continue to walk away.
You walk away from the yams and return back to the house. You see Ari like racing zombies out in front of the house.
That one's like a little faster than the rest of them.
I know, right?
Did you tell it to run faster, or is it just running faster?
I think this one's just the most athletic.
So, what's for dinner?
Stew.
I think I'm going to just eat a ration.
Oh?
This is the 5th day in a row we've had stew for 2 to 3 meals a day.
I made yams too.
Yep, there's some yams. There's lots of root vegetables.
Well, we would have more options if, say, we were able to pick up fresh ingredients. Unfortunately, that has not been a possibility for the past several cities.
I mean, feel free to stock up while we're here. There's plenty of veggies, and I guess we can clean out the root cellar. Not like anybody will be coming through much anymore. If you're looking for meat, we'd have to go a little bit away, but there's a river we used to fish at.
We can worry about meats later. Stocking up on produce here will be helpful.
It's outside. Or is everyone inside?
I will probably be outside. I don't want to get exploded again.
I am fixing the door.
You mean Amelia?
Mm-hmm.
So as you guys kind of finished and you're doing your own things, two of you notice a creature approaching the front of the house, but it's walking erratically. Very large wolf.
Is it like acting hostile, or is it just kind of like stumbling about?
It's like stumbling and just acting strange. But it is a very big wolf. Not as big as like the werewolf wolves, but like fairly similar to like Misfit and direwolf form, because it is a direwolf.
Can I pull out a chunk of like dried meats and just kind of toss it over to it?
I guess I'd be in the house at this point.
Yeah, you toss over food and it just kind of stumbles in that direction, and then it just starts growling at you.
And Amelia is the only one who sees that?
Amelia and Vel.
You know,
It just kind of like slowly starts stocking up on Amelia growling.
that is not a good course of action to take.
Something's definitely off with this thing.
Mm-hmm. Does it have any spots on it?
Well, one investigation check. A little bit farther away. Can't tell from here, but it does have like a lot of like missing fur on it. It does not like it's in good health, and it just kind of stumbles towards you and like falls over and then gets back up. It's gonna let out like a loud bark at you.
I did promise Misfit to not let animals suffer.
Do I hear the bark?
Yeah, you
was the
hear
other
bark
person?
outside.
You
That
said
would be
Amelia
you,
and someone
Vel.
else?
And
You-
Vel.
Oh, okay. Yeah, when I notice that thing, I would definitely call out to Misfit, like, hey, there's a weird dog outside.
I'm gonna lean at the door.
Yeah, you just see, you look out, and this direwolf's it's Rascal.
Oh,
And he's missing like a
Rascal?
lot of patches of fur, and he's just growling.
oh no, buddy. I'll like stumble out the front door, rush over to him.
As you like run up to me, growls at you.
I'll immediately stop, get a bit lower to the ground,
He does
Try to
not
do,
look good.
like calm, submissive wolf body language.
He just like barks at you aggressively.
What happened to you, buddy?
It's kind of like foaming a little bit, and he just kind of stumbles, and then he just falls over.
I'll
Oh,
I'll hover over him, put my hands on him, figure out if he's
He's-
still breathing or not.
Roll a medicine check. His breathing is really, really low and slow. And you notice just all these bald spots all over him. He has like this massive, like scaly rash that's been causing him to lose fur in these different spots with like pustules on it.
you know this one.
Yeah, this is Rascal. He taught me how to turn into a wolf. I don't know what happened to him.
Does he have any spots on him?
Does it look like he's sick with whatever the trees were sick with? Like he's plagued too?
Roll a nature check.
If I can help you, I will. I think you're good.
I'm kind of looking at it, and you similar.
You cut out for a sec.
It does look similar.
I'm gonna release my little bear friends to give him some hit points back, but I don't know how much that'll help. I don't have something to cure him today.
Not missing any hit points.
Yeah.
Little bears like interact with him, but nothing changes. It just remains with like a very low breathing and heart rate.
I don't have any curative magic.
I will kind of run up. And how stiff? Smells funny.
Funny how.
Cursed?
Ah, yeah.
Kind of like we'll go up and look at him. I think he'll be okay. I think he's just sick. Poor guy, and she's just gonna like rub the top of his head. He's too tired to bite her.
Well, just try to hang in there until tomorrow, buddy. I can see what I can do to help.
And kind of like will slowly look up at you. His eyes seem almost like a palish green too. Like the coloration's wrong. But he just kind of like looks up towards you. And for a moment, like you can see it in his eyes, like he kind of recognizes you for a second, and then he just goes back to sleep. Poor puppy.
So either remove curse or lesser restoration would be able to help him. Or both.
Mister, you live in a weird place. Not gonna lie.
It's not normally like this. It's normally very lush, very healthy.
Like out. Go get some more yams. You guys move the you probably have like a shed to keep wood in if you want to move Rascal in there.
Mm-hmm.
A little cover, and he just remains sleeping.
Yeah, I'll pile some blankets we have on him.
Everything all right?
Something weird's going on, and I'm not really sure what.
What do you mean?
Looks like the hag forest is cursed.
Yeah, that's nothing new.
I mean, the bad kind of cursed.
It's dying.
Looks much the same as when we originally got here.
You need to get closer.
Just looked sick.
How does the whole forest die?
If I were to hazard
You don't
a
cherish
guess,
it.
maybe it's because the thing that was keeping it at bay is no longer here.
It was just the hagwood, right? Not like, or was it encroaching into normal territory?
No, it like had its own. Oh, as far as where you were, it only infected the hagwood until you had gone down the hill, and then you saw it kind of spread. But if something wandered in there, because creatures do go into the hagwood, perhaps that's where Rascal went. Maybe he ate something that didn't agree with him.
Just from cursory glances over, does it look like the hagwood is expanded?
No, it's the same space. Hasn't grown it or anything. You have to get closer to see kind of the diseased trees, but it basically the same exact size. The closer you get, the less healthy it looks. But it still occupies the same amount of space.
All I can think of is Dustin was buried in there, right?
Yeah.
Maybe between him and Tallulah no longer being up here, the natural order is a bit out of balance. That's about all I can think of. Though druidic crafts are not exactly my forte.
I mean, it's not like every corner of forest in the world is protected by a warden.
Well, not every corner of the forest is dwelled in by Fae either.
I suppose. I'll send a message to Dustin. Maybe he knows what's going on. Or I could message the that lady, but she's a little scary.
It would not be a horrible idea.
What a message,
You may have
Dustin.
some inclination.
Go for it.
I will send a message saying, hey, your hag's forest is really sick. I don't know what's going on. Have you talked to her lately?
Kalsto, you know I don't know the answer to this right now.
Heard from her recently. I mean, you visited with her not that long ago.
Yeah, but I don't know what happened there.
Don't need to know for that. All you know, more or less, the last time you saw her, everything was fine. The forest was healthy. Like there should be nothing. Well, at least in the last 3 months that you were here.
No, that doesn't sound right at all. Have you talked to her?
I was hoping you wouldn't say that.
Well, I mean...
You know, you don't get to respond anymore.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah, he didn't know.
Serena kind of like holds her hand up, closes her eyes, and focuses, seeing or kind of feeling the magic. Do things just kind of like feel off, out of balance, or?
It's harder for you to sense in a way, but something does seem kind of off about this place. But it always kind of feels kind of off every time you've been here. If you get closer, it feels more off, and you can kind of see there's something more going on.
Something's... I don't know what, but something has definitely changed. It shifted. What did he say?
I already forgot, I'm not gonna lie.
He basically said, no, it wasn't like that when I was up there. Have you talked to her? She would know what changed, more or less.
I would have to wait until tomorrow to send another message unless you want to do that.
I will also say that you do technically know her actual name now, if you want to share it with them. If not, you don't have to.
Yeah, instead of saying her, I'll say her name, sure.
Her name is Marie.
Marie. Not Maria, just Marie.
Marie.
Okay.
As she focuses in on him, or focuses in on Dustin. Hey, Dustin. Misfit seems to have forgotten what advice you just gave him.
No, he reminded me. He told me. That was me forgetting, not Misfit forgetting.
Okay.
Yeah, not Misfit forgetting. No. No, you don't need to waste a spell slot on this.
Bad? Did you tell her?
Yeah.
Then he's not wrong.
There he is.
I'm adding my hag's name to my notes list.
If anyone would know what's going on with the forest, she would certainly.
Yeah, feel free to send her a message. I'm clean out.
You magic users, you don't want to spend the 10 minutes it would take to walk up the hill.
I mean, I suggested it earlier, but that was also when we were just me and Misfit.
Decisions.
I cannot name a single time that going in that forest has ended well for me, except maybe one.
Have you ever gone in trying to be polite?
Yes.
Alright. Could you
Every time.
clarify something
I'm always
for me?
polite.
What about the time we literally ran in and stole a kid?
That was an anomaly.
Alright. Could you clarify something for me? The grouping of hags, so whichever faction that Maria is part of.
It's called
Not
a
Maria.
coven. Marie.
Is it
Just-
one massive coven?
Of
Well,
course.
well-
I mean, there's many covens, but they all kind of like wrap up into like one big coven.
So this is like an overarching coven?
Something like that. I never heard of a hag named Marie though.
No, she's not. She's the or am I forgetting the Fae's name? The custodian of the house, Misfits patron.
That is Mara.
Mara, sorry.
Mara and Marie. We just learned Marie.
Okay.
And she said she's never heard of a hag named Marie.
So you don't
Which
know if
is-
she's part of this overarching coven?
Well, I mean, she would have to be if she's a hag. But I've never met a hag named Marie before. I've met a lot of hags. There's that lady with the creepy fingers. All sorts of them.
I think any interaction with her would be better in person. After all, you have the protection of the overarching coven.
You know what, boss? I think it just comes down to which one are you prioritizing more right now? The girl trapped in the cage or the dying woods?
Dying Woods, I imagine, will still be here once we get Bluebird.
I want to make sure Marie's okay, because that's Dustin's buddy. And if her turf is sick, then I just want to see if there's something wrong or something we can do.
Do you
Reach out.
What time of day is it?
Probably at this point, like 8:30.
Yeah, that's early. We can give her a quick visit.
8:30 at night.
Yep.
Yeah. You want to know who's going?
Oh. Well, I mean, she did. What was she the one who like knocked your door down?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. It seemed pretty ominous. And if that was her, how do you not know that's her not telling you to, hey, come to me?
Well, there was this whole thing a few months ago where we were in the house and we didn't open the door for her at night because we were kind of sleeping. And she got kind of mad about that.
And so now she's like come and knocked on your door and opened it, and you're not taking that as like some kind of symbolism that you should go talk to her.
You know what? When you put it that way,
You're just kind of ignoring that whole like
When you put it
entire
that way.
plot thread of hey, I'm literally trying to invite you into my area to like yell at you a little bit, but also maybe help you.
We could go visit. We could go visit real quick.
I think a visit would be a good
Like
idea.
if I was a different character right now, we probably would like sped this up by like an hour and a half. But you know, the choices we make.
All right, who's going?
I'll go. Gives me another
Yeah.
chance to eat shit going down the hill.
Anyone else?
Yeah, I'll go this time. I'm not fixing a door anymore.
Serena? All right.
Serena's going to Ari has to stay behind, so Serena will stay behind here as well. She's going to link everyone up, though.
Right. The three of you head off into the woods.
I want to take Bram too.
Yeah, Bram will go. Marius is still tending to his wounds.
You need. I had the berries up. Do you want some heals?
Yeah,
You
you
have
would
30 berries.
The bears.
Bears, the healing spirits.
Oh, I thought you
Also,
said
I mean,
berries.
we took a short rest.
Yeah, short
I'll
rest
just
can't
heal
heal me
you.
though.
10 hit dice, can you not?
Yeah, I would say there's plenty of healing because you tried to use. Yeah, actually, hold on. Yeah, because you tried to use it on the wolf and nothing happened. So anyone who would have been around could have.
Alright, then I guess I'm at full.
Were you out of hit dice, or did you not want to spend hit dice, Marius? Or
Well, no, she used her. I didn't know
Yeah.
the healing spirits that I'd been put up. You said bears. I heard berries. So I'm like, that's not going to be enough. I'm not going to mess with it.
It happened.
All right.
Okay.
So you guys march in through the swamp. You see no creatures, no Jefferson, nothing.
Mud, really?
Just diseased trees, plants.
Does it smell bad?
Not per se. Other than the fact that everything's diseased, it smells more or less the same. As you get to the house, smoke coming up. There's no one outside, no movement. Probably never been this close before.
What about that weird dream he had?
Like in real life.
Okay.
Nothing happens. You're not intercepted by any creatures or greeted by anything. Hut, smoke coming out of it.
You're scared of this? It's just kind of dark. It's not that bad.
I mean, I grew up next to this place, and my auntie always told me like ghost stories about these woods.
Oh, okay. Now it makes more sense.
They polite to knock.
I want to knock on the door, yeah.
You knock on the door. Nothing happens at first. And then you just hear the door slowly crack open inward.
You don't want to call out or anything?
Coming in. I step inside.
Door. Very strange house. It's like part clay, part wood. There's a bunch of random shit all over the walls. Creepy ingredients. Lag. Check the other rooms.
Ma'am? Are you home?
At this point, you guys hear like this crackly breathing coming from further inside the home, down the hallway.
This kind of seems like a Misfits thing.
I'll hit
so
over
I don't
that
want
way.
to go first.
You guys kind of move your way down the hallway. You see inside first room on the right, there's a large bed, and there's just a woman laying in there. Very slow breathing, and half of Marie's face is covered with the same stuff that was on Rascal.
Ooh.
Mm.
She's just breathing very slowly and unconscious.
That,
Partial eye kind of opens, like the left eye slightly opens. Breathe slowly.
if there's a chair in the room, I'm gonna pull up a chair at her bedside and just kind of sit.
Like the eye kind of heads in your direction, but it like she can't move her head enough, and she just kind of looks at the part of you she can. Doesn't say anything, doesn't move.
I came to visit.
Head will kind of fall towards you. And she's like mouthing something at you, but she's not speaking.
Anyone have keen?
I don't have observant, so I can't lip read.
Serena, can you use sending
She is
so she
not
doesn't have to
here.
talk? Oh, I didn't read
I've got message. Just would that work?
You have to whisper it, but maybe
I mean, she's.
that might be enough for the component.
I will try. I will send her a message.
Amy, Amy has sending.
Right. No. Do you want to use spell slots or cantrips first? Didn't catch that, Amy. You were muttering.
Cantrips first. Sorry, I was drinking.
Okay. I will try the message cantrip first. Just like, does this work?
Well, she tries to kind of like mouth and whisper something back, but nothing returns back. Still moving her mouth though.
Okay. Looks like it's up to you.
I will just cast sending.
Sure. You tell her.
You get 25 words.
Kind of like looks over in your direction. She only says one word.
Okay. Eric? Iraq?
And then she falls unconscious in bed.
Does that name mean anything to you?
No.
Miss it?
Check my notes real quick. I don't think so, though.
He's not in your notes. I'll save you time.
Yeah.
Alright,
Do you think she might if we looked around to see if she wrote that name anywhere else?
I don't feel comfortable poking around in a hag's house.
Probably very wise.
Serena, does Iraq mean anything to you?
She racks her brain trying to recall.
Doesn't sound familiar.
No, I can't say it sounds familiar. Not as a name or any magical incantation I've ever heard. Why?
Oh, Miss Fix Hag's friend is dying.
So its hag friend's dying. Well, that would certainly explain why the woods are in such a state.
Oh, no, she's suffering from the same thing the woods is.
That's what I was saying. The woods are tied to the hag, so if she dies, so do they. At least more. Her and them are connected. They're one and the same. One moment. She'll head over to Ari. Ari, by chance, does the name Arok mean anything to you?
Doesn't sound super familiar.
Worth a shot.
I don't have my book with me. Otherwise, I could just look it up.
No, thank you for trying. It's not familiar to Ari either.
I really wish I could consult my good friend in the sky for advice on what's happening to one of her own. Allegedly one of her own.
Think your dirt friend would know anything about this person?
The name, I don't know about the name, maybe.
Well, we can ask him when we get back. I think Serena will need to ask. I don't know anything about him.
Serena, can you ask
Ask who?
Dustin if he knows the name?
Sure. Focuses in on Dustin. Hey, Dustin. I know it's been a while, but we're currently dealing with the Hagwoods. Is the name Arok familiar to you at all?
So,
Nope.
Dustin,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
during your last visit before you headed north and you came to visit Marie, you did discover the creature that you were essentially sealed here, partnered with her with, keeping contained, was a pestilence demon named Arak.
Oh, boy.
That's the name of the pestilence demon that we were supposed to suppress. Don't
So
tell me
that
that
is
got out.
the equivalent of a demi-demon prince.
He's
He's-
kind of. I would mention his power level.
He's like Icon, but a demon. A little bit less strong, though.
It would
Especially without a crown.
seem that her and Dustin were working together to seal away some form of very powerful pestilence demon. Something akin to a demon prince or a demi-demon prince, something like that. And if the plague is spreading, I am guessing that either it has gotten out or it is breaking its seal.
I would say, and Dustin would know this too, it had already gotten out previously, which is what ended up awakening Dustin.
Oh.
So the minute it got out and departed, you woke up. So guardian seeds are kind of like the security system of these. They're meant to counteract and prevent these things by their presence, but also in the event that they do escape. You kind of almost like if you would water something. So as it's growing in its evil form, you're kind of the offsetting good that kind of grows in good next to it to offset it.
Man, they really do work on a memory problem with my seed.
Oh, there's more fun that goes into that one. Don't worry.
Right.
Uh-oh.
And then she'll relay back to Dustin. I don't know if he's escaped, but the woods and apparently Maria are suffering from an illness, along with some of the animals in the local area around here. The name that she mentioned was Erok. I don't know if that means the seal is... She might be at, I think, cap for words. So.
He knows enough. He can put what he knows with what you just told him to put two and two together.
They broke out a while ago, but if they came back, that was probably for revenge for being sealed. I don't know what you can do about it.
Dustin has been informed of the situation, but is unaware of any cure. He suspects that maybe Erok escaped earlier and came back to... Well, sorry. He's aware that Erok escaped earlier and suspects that he may have returned to blight this land as a form of revenge for being sealed away.
I mean, it's not a bad theory, right? I'm still like got tired brain, so I'm like,
Yeah,
Going for the
we're
easy
wrapping up very soon.
answers.
Very soon.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess not much we can do about it.
There's not a lot Serena can do about it, but being a little concerned about the area and the animals, and also the safety of the people here, she's going to play a tune, probably a song that she would associate with like safety and healing on the ocarina.
Yeah, so you just kind of play kind of a calming melody, try to soothe. Doesn't have much of like an actual effect, but it's a nice kind of piercing sound in the current spectrum of the forest. So as she passes out, you guys are in house. Do you do anything else, or do you head back to the cabin?
Gosh.
How long does it take to get here? From the cabin?
If you're not being a scaredy cat, about 12 minutes.
Okay.
She didn't leave like any books conveniently open on any desks, did she?
Nope. You just see lots of jars of ingredients and other things, and like
You look over on the
tools for
desk.
making potions and whatnot.
There's a book of demonic plagues, and it's open to Arok.
Yeah, come on, I'm hoping just once I want to be lucky with that.
They don't need books; they just know.
Yeah, it just seems like something for holier people than us.
Actually, do you roll an investigation check? Why not?
Yeah, sure. Of course I'd snoop a little bit. I'm not like. Can you really blame me for being curious in a hag house? Oh my gosh. I'm using an inspiration. Well, should I?
Velmir.
Yeah, I'll use it. Okay. I'm more comfortable with that one.
As you go through, there's no grand articles or anything. However, you find a picture.
Hey, boss, take a look at this guy.
Ew. Stinky.
What? So I was expecting like big wings
He's
and
just
claws.
a stinky old guy. Ew.
He kind of looks like Marius if you squint.
Yeah, he kind of does. Could be his dad.
You think so?
We probably shouldn't ask.
Bram just kind of squints at you.
You rip the picture out of the book, take with you, or do you leave it where it is?
We should take it. I'm gonna put it in my bestiary.
Whoa, okay, yeah, sure. If you want to do that, be my guest.
Alright, you rip the page out. Easy enough. And stow it in your sketchbook. Do anything else, or you head back?
Make sure to write Eric on that one, just in case. Maybe add a question mark. I don't know. Okay. I don't think she's gonna be able to go out and get those yams you left out in the yard, though.
Don't worry, I brought some with.
Awesome.
I'll leave like 2 or 3 on her bedside table. Maybe we come back tomorrow and I can try some restoration magic.
Got a kid to save?
It takes 10 minutes to get here. You can spare 10 minutes.
We got no. Well, are we saving her tomorrow? Isn't she hanging upside down? Isn't she going to like start bleeding out her ears or something?
Oh, is that what happens?
I don't know. I've never been held upside. I don't have blood anymore. I don't know.
Yes, if you hang someone upside down for a while, and Amelia will go into detail.
Why do you know that?
Well, she's probably already dead by now. Like if they kept her upside down.
don't think they'll keep her upside down for long.
No, wait, hold on. Why do you know that?
Dark.
You don't think I didn't notice you blatantly ignore me?
I was answering Misfit's question to avoid answering your question.
Amy's very experienced in this matter.
And to alleviate anything, no, I was not the one who did it.
Oh, were you the one being held upside down?
No, I just saw it. I didn't get that far. Moving on.
I take it we depart the house. That's why.
Yep.
All right. As you guys are walking outside, you see someone sitting in a chair out front, eating a hot yam or a warm yam.
What?
A woman with long red hair.
Oh.
On Tess.
Oh,
Circus egg.
Oh.
your timing is not the best, but hi, how's it going?
Hey, sweetheart, how's it going? You look like you guys have been busy.
Oh yeah.
Hate to be a bother, but something I want to talk to you about.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of a matter of the favor that you owe. Come to collect.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's not much of a trouble. Kind of smiles at you. Do be a dear, won't you?
Yeah.
You
Sure.
were really quiet. We didn't hear most of that. If
No,
she said
do be-
anything
I said-
specific.
Nope, she just said, do be a dear, won't you?
Okay.
Amelia will have her axe out, but not in a threatening manner towards the new lady.
What can I do you for?
I'm sharpening it.
Nothing major. I would just like you for sometime in the next 24 hours to just do me a favor by killing Madame Marie.
That's a little awkward.
I'll leave you to it. And she just kind of nods and disappears into a cloud of mist.
So you know what happens if you don't do that?
It's a bit of a breach of contract, I'm afraid. Yeah, that's not gonna fly according to the terms.
Not here.
What were the terms?
I could not harm anyone I considered an ally was one of the terms, or a friend.
Mm-hmm. Did you consider Marie an ally or friend?
Yeah, she's my friend. I lived next to her my whole life.
Yes, but you're scared of her.
Well, yeah.
You don't have friends you're scared of?
I'm scared of you sometimes, Amy.
I'm scared of Jace, like, constantly. Vash is getting up there now.
Yeah, I think Vash might be considered an enemy at this point, but not through his own
He's a
action.
frenemy.
I'm gonna have to consult my my lawyer.
You can't contact your lawyer.
That was also part of the clause.
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
I was joking.
Is there a secondary hag I could get advice from? You know what? I'm gonna go ask little Ari
For legal advice?
for legal advice. Yeah, I feel like she would.
All right. So as she asks you to kill the weakened hag in her current state, you head as quickly as you can to the cabin to seek legal advice. And that is where we'll pause for tonight.
Oh, and Amelia was getting ready to kill that hag too.
Madame Marie or
Yeah, Madame Marie.
Von
Amelia
Test.
was or the weekend hag.
Oh,
It was sharpening the axe.
You're such a little goblin.
I knew exactly what she was going to ask.
Well, thank you for running, sir. Glad to have you back. Hope you had a good time on your vacay.
Absolutely.
Thank you, everyone, for watching. Appreciate you hanging out tonight. You can catch replays on Twitch, YouTube, Rumble, all the good places. Likes, follows, shares appreciated. We will be back tomorrow night because we return to the Grimdark. And if you'll hang on through the credits, I'll find us someone to raid. Otherwise, have a great rest of your weekend. Night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Thomas,